We're in painful silence. I apologize. I guess fix that for the time being. Man, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. I am trying to install the drivers, man, because it's been a minute since I've done that, and it's like, hey, you should do that if you're going to play this thing. And then I installed them, but then I think because I didn't install everything, it doesn't say, like, when I loaded it up, right, because you have to reboot your system every time you do that, it didn't say, like, it was installed. It's like, install? Do you want to install it? But I think it was just saying that because I didn't install, like, the audio drivers and all this weird shit that it wants, you know? I don't know. You're going to be hearing weird sounds probably come out of my PC. Forgive me. PC might be having a stroke, but you know. And now it's asking me to restart again. Ah, fine. What's good, Red? Sorry, guys. We're in a purgatory for a hot minute because unlike Steam, that doesn't judge you for not updating your drivers when you're playing on Game Pass, it's like, hey, you're behind on your driver updates for this game, and I'm like, I guess I'll upload them or update them, even though a lot of times it bricks everything else. But gang, now PC we just turned it off to our PC for a bit. So we gotta boot it up again because these damn drivers gotta install it, all that. But ladies and gentlemen, how was your week? Are you ready for Doom Week? Are you ready to rip and tear until it is done, my gang? Oh, sorry. Also, I don't know if we're playing on mouse and keyboard or controller. I have both. I just wonder because I don't think it's gonna be as Twitch fibery as the Zoomery, this previous Doom game. I feel like it's going to be much more like rhythm-based, which I think having like the comfort of buttons will be better than like click, 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 click. Does that make sense? I don't know, probably not, but we'll see. I haven't seen so many content creators just like fucking all the videos. And I'm just like, stop! So much spoilers. But I've been holding off. I've seen a little bit. Fucking Cat got me worried. Cat said, Discord messaged me and said, hey, apparently it has 22 chapters. And I'm like, oh boy, are we not going to be able to finish this within like I would always thought Doom was a tight game. Tight, like 10, maybe like 14 hours, 16 hours maybe. And I didn't want it. Honestly, I thought that was fine. I wasn't like, oh no. I was like, it's good. That's a fair amount of time. Also, I think I need to do this. That's also why sound's not going through. Oh, you done goofed everything, damn it. That's going through. Is it this? No. Let's get this song going. Okay, so I'm hearing that. Your guys aren't hearing that. I gotta fix that. Is it this? It is not. Is it this? It is. It is that. Okay, that is it. All right. There it is. So you guys were stuck in silence for an uncomfortably high amount of time. I've also given back your voice. Forgive me for ripping it out of you just for a second there. Had to get things sorted. Get rid of that shit that's on by default when it comes to startup. You son of a bitch. Copilot also stop it. I said Copilot also stop. Copilot will not close. You son of a bitch, Windows. Epic Games is also turned on. I hate all of you. All right. Xbox. Now, I wanted to start, the reason why this is all a mess, as it always is.
Lone Syndicate said, Grin, I got all the news to hit you with this week.
Launch Xbox when I said no. Okay, hit me with that news, boyo. Did you see the fucking withering
Red
waves?
said, hi, Grin, how was your week, my friend?
Damn good, buddy. How about you? How was your week? My day was pretty chill. Let's just hang out for a minute until we get everything sorted. But gang, hot diggity. Hit me with that stuff before we get into the ripping and the tearing and the bumping up.
Catman 11,234 said my main grin.
What's good?
Got ghosted by a date I had at your stream start time.
Oh my.
Which means no, I get to enjoy the
Fuck,
stream,
man,
hell yay. When it rains, it pours.
I'm about to say, man, damn, we're gonna rip all that fucking anger out of you and bullshit. I was gonna say, Cat man, shout out to you for keeping putting yourself out there. That again, you've had told me 2 times where these fucking bitches, okay, these damn bitches be out here playing games with you, and that's not right. And I'm happy and proud of you that you still keep jumping into the fire, because that's how you find someone who's hopefully worth it in this world. Anyway, also, Nong is going to be a little bit late, but we can't wait to see him. Also, what's good, Fluff? What's good, Brett? What's good, Ray Nade? What's good, Cat? What's good, Nog is here now. What's good, Lone? Don't update your
Lone
drivers?
Syndicate said, first off, did you see the Carthayan Looper leak video I sent to the
I
Discord?
seen the Carthea leak video. I didn't see the Lupa video. I did see the Carthea video. If you didn't at me with the Lupa video, then no. But I did. I thought we had a Lupa video a long time ago. Well, in that case, I did see like the little bit of gameplay of Lupa, which looks awesome. I did see Carthea's gameplay, which Jeff Keighley leaked because of one of the game things that's happening. Not leaked, like he showed it just because he had permission, which looks very cool. We'll probably check that out at some point. Probably not in this stream because this is kind of like the fucking I want to play Doom. I want to play. I've been waiting for Doom. Play. We can go into normal mode, probably. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should stay with face cam. Yep, it's gonna ask me shit. Thank you for playing Doom Dark Ages. If you experience any instability at launch while I play, please refer. What the fuck is this? We detected that you are running a 13 or 14 gen Intel CPU with an older microcode version of the to protect your GPU from potential damage. We recommend updating your BIOS to ensure you are using the latest microcode. Yeah, but the thing is that the Intel problem happened. Oh, fuck me, dude. The Intel problem happened, and then I had to go into my BIOS and, like, limit everything. So I had to limit, like, its capacity to function so it doesn't overheat. So, am I good? Because I did that. I don't think it's going to have any weird precursor thing, because I've limited its function in the BIOS to be able to fire that hot, I think. We recommend updating the BIOS to ensure we are using the last micro. Okay, well, I'll do that, I guess, like at some point. But hopefully we can get away with today being okay before my fucking PC melting a hole in itself. I really don't want to I hate updating my BIOS.
Catman 11234 said, from what I've seen, this new Doom is easier than the last ones.
Okay.
Since it's more stand and fight, the abilities mean you're more of a tank than a warrior, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially with like your shield. I think that's a big thing. I wonder if you play on like hard difficulties if your shield just evaporates though, like, and you have to play within the weird dodging and bobbing and weaving. Also Nong says M and KB in FPS if you have to use it. No, you don't, Nong. If off the leaks, is it normal occurrence with dating market? Can't let it get amen. Cat says, good part. I found a new drink I like. Ooh, blueberry hard cider. Got a new, get dressed up and look fancy. My shirt are getting tighter, which makes me feel happy and sad. Because you're getting beefy? Is it sad because you have to go buy new clothes again and all that shit? Probably. Please refer to your motherboard manufacturer. Yeah, I hope, guys, this is what we're looking at right now, just to give you guys a little peek behind the curtain. In the worst decision of my life, we got a fucking Intel CPU, which I will never make a choice again next time I make my PC.
Said ZZZ update got lucky and got Lighter's engine, but I fear the Reaper has been fed up with my luck for a while because in Nikkei new Nikkei dropped this morning and took me 170 pulls to get her.
It came to bite you.
G-Red said, since it's getting buried, I repeat, do not update your drivers to the 57 series drivers for Nvidia. They are broken as fuck. The last stable drivers are from last year, December. 566.36 drivers.
But it told me to update them, Red, so I did, assuming that the people who make the fucking graphics cards know that they're like that's the best case scenario. I don't know, man. Am I gonna have to run that back? Well, we're fucked today. We're gonna burn this motherfucker to the ground, I guess. I'm not gonna fucking like pause the stream and everything we're doing and then go, I made a mistake, or apparently, if that is a mistake, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it will be okay. Hopefully it's not like debilitating across the board. I don't know what to tell you. But yes, we're gonna jump in. I'm just gonna hope it doesn't break and burn my whole CPU to the ground. Yeah, I did hear about that with the CPU things where people were saying like Oblivion had some weird issues. So, yeah, that's a good idea, is to, like, go and download, or, like, the Intel has found its own software proprietary thing that helps limit the burn death rate of your CPUs. So, instead of limiting, which is how I've done, I think you should
also,
just update
I
it.
forgot to hit send, so the Luna video was never sent to the
Okay,
Discord.
good. I thought I was seeing everything.
G-Red
but I
said,
didn't see
fuck
that.
what it tells you. Every tech people tested the 57 drivers, even Digital Foundry. They all say they are broken as fuck.
Well, I guess I'm not as in the know, so I'll have to run that back, I guess. Oh, God, I might have to pester you, Red, to tell me how to do that. I also fucking hate going into my boss and updating my shit. It's just fucking hate it. That's quiet. It's a quiet sound. It's not very loud at all. Oh, I did turn off the fucking...
Catman 11234 said had to roll back the GPU drivers for the company I work for the executive desktops. They are indeed broken.
Oh! Fuck. Okay. Red, I'll be messaging you today. Motherfucker. Okay. Oh. Could I also pester you to find me a video? Because I think it was either Fluff or you who sent me a video about like how the CPUs for Intel was shitting itself and how you should go in there and limit them. And now that I have them good, or I limited them, hopefully there's a video that said, okay, here's how you install the Intel's solution for their CPUs fucking up, and how you no longer limit them anymore. Because I think I just have them limited, so I'll just give the thing that fixes it and then debuff them permanently. So yeah. Well, hopefully my PC is the golden goose and can dodge the chaos. It's so loud. It's so fucking loud. Yep. Sure. Sell my soul, my firstborn child. Yes. Let me get to the point where I can turn down the audio. It's just like the soundtrack is... Okay,
Catman 11234 said rolling back are quite easy. It's done through GeForce app if you have the software.
Oh, okay.
Rip and tear until it crashes.
Well, don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Okay. FOV scale. Sir, it's the noise. It's just so loud. It's just so much. At least I should turn it down for me, and you guys just suffer. There we go. Okay, now I am fine. You guys are having a bad time. Font. Scale, text. Oh, it's text for font. Oh, I don't care. It's fine. Just leave it wherever it is. Enable magnification, you blind ass. Enable scale. Actually, if I could decrease... Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what that means HUD. Subtitles, sure. Scale, whatever. Yep. Field of view, video. I like my field of view being like 102, let's say. That could be bad, though. That's a fucking great bass drop. Holy shit. That's a really good bass drop. Wow. Skin acquired. All right, quickly. Quickly, God help us. It's so good. The soundtrack is already fucking so good. Holy shit. All right. We're okay. We're coming in a little hot. Coming for our souls. I'm going to turn down... Dude, it's so fucking good. Oh my god. Oh, it's so fucking cool. The soundtrack just sounds... Oh, I fucking love the Doom... the whole thing. Boost the voices so we can hear shit. It is a lot. It is just like...
234 said, I will say the music to me is good metal music. It's not Mick Gordon's Doom, but it is decent metal music.
I think it's pretty good. I think it doesn't sound very much... Like, it has like... It feels like it's somebody who knows the core of what Doom sounds like or should sound like, doing it in a different thing. Almost like a... I don't know, like a person who has reverence for a type of music, making their spin on that music. Because it definitely feels more metal-inspired this time around. At least that's what I get from it. But let us see. Voice is good. Sound effects. Let's drop them a little bit. As much as I love the crunching and the bashing, I do want to be able to make sure I can hear the audio. That's why I max at the voices, because it's hard to hear otherwise. All right. Let me fix this shit. No, is this the... I want to see this. Full screen, I guess. That's fine for now. Sure. Can I increase that, Bubba? What? Ew. Why? Are they fucking with me? Why can I only go to 60? What? Is it reading a different monitor thing? I don't know what's happening with that. That sounds like some bullshit. Why can you only go to 60? That gotta be a bug. That's gotta be like I have my recording software on there. That's probably fucking it up. I'll have to fix that next stream. We have limited FPS. That's so bummer. Is that really a thing? Performance metrics, field of view, depth of field off. Chromic aberration, sure. Sharpening, I hate sharpening to death.
Catman 11234 said, "Do you work out to music, Grin? The only thing they fear is you. Is my fave benching song.
I
try turning off VSYNC for higher FPS.
Okay, wait. Try turning off VSync. Okay. Oh, I'm getting pinged. That might be my Discord, not yours. Where's VSync? It goes so hard. Motion blur off, sir. Cinematic only. No. I don't want any of it. Where are you, VSync? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Off, maybe. And now, could I increase? I could.
McFlufferkin said vertical sync. Triple buffering is what you need to change at the top.
Bolty said rip and tear.
Do you want it off, or do you want it to be on adapt or something? Let's go with 106. Should be fun. Let's try to not burn my PC to the ground. I do find it to be trying to find the right level. For you guys, it might be a little... Yeah. Well, I think it should be fine. That should be okay. Oh, but I might be loud, in fact. I might be peeking the whole time. But the worst part about it is I might be screaming, like, because I'm getting blared, like, ear blasted, and I'm just like, ah! So I'm the loud one. But yeah. I think we're good for everything I wanted to change there. Hopefully it runs not like shit. I am tempted to have less HUD, because I do find that was the one thing I was not loving. But I might adapt that, like adjust that as I go. But I don't like all the gross icons all over the place.
McFlufferkin said VSync locks it to a refresh rate. You should try to set the target FPS to a multiple of 60 for the sake of smooth frame pacing on YouTube.
Catman 11234 said try turning it off. I dislike vertical sync when I play, but I'm unsure if it'll let you have a higher max refresh rate, but it might.
How do we turn that off? Oh, also, I guess this was the thing. Oh, I was messing with the oh, I see. I fucked up. I forget. What is this by default? Oh, I wish you could just... Like, I thought this was frame rate. My brain was seeing what it wanted to see. Yeah, I can't. Okay. So, what would Fluff say? A VSync locked to your refresh rate. You should try... Is it 60 by default, guys? Or is it like... Is it just reading that like it's not reading the right monitor that I have? Which is possible. The menu sounds are annoying AF. Why is it like clicky?
McFlufferkin said example. 60, 120, 180, etc. Whatever your monitor can handle. Otherwise, the refresh rate won't show anything higher than 60.
I think this is the thing that's happening that's fucked up, Fluff. I have like my screen, and then I duplicate my screen in order to record footage and put it into the thing on my capture card. So when I look at my thing, it often has like a 60 FPS thing and like 170, which is my monitor's refresh rate. And I think sometimes it reads this one, especially if you guys are saying that like NVIDIA is fucking up its display drivers.
11234 said the DLSS settings are also grayed out for some reason. I know you've had them on in previous games. That may hint to something with you not being able to have a higher refresh rate.
That may be it. It was on something else. DLS, Super Set, no. How do I put it on performance? Ultra performance. Is that what's fucking me up a little bit? 60. No, still being a piece of shit. I'm getting. Is this red? This messaging? You think it might be red messaging? What am I doing? Let us see. Where's the DLS things? There. The DLS super resolution ups ultra performance, sharpening. I would rather not have any sharpening, but I guess we'll put it to a. I don't know. I don't want any sharpening, but yes. Frame generation. I don't know. Should we fuck with frame generation or nah? I feel like that's a special thing that I don't have access to. Well, I don't know if that's for the best, and unfortunately, I can't go higher FPS, which I think you would want in a Doom game. Has anyone here played Doom, and were you able to play it on PC and get better frame rate? Because I think it's a monitor issue if that's the case, then. Which I might just have to suffer through.
Catman 11234 said you can also turn HDR on. I know YouTube on desktop can show HDR videos. But that personal preference. I like frame gen, but that's me.
Frame gen?
G-Red said yes, it's me. I sent you some videos about how to use display driver uninstaller and the link for the 566.36 drivers.
Got it. Okay, I did put frame gen on.
Said you may have to adjust your monitor's refresh rate in Windows settings, or it's detecting what your capture card is sending to the streaming PC. Regardless, if you can't change it, it's moot.
Yeah, let's see. Alright, this is a little shitty, guys. Sorry for being annoying, but I'm going to see if I can adjust something to see the or fix the problem. I wanted to do this before the stream started, but I had to mow the lawn today. So we were like tight. As soon as we were done, it was a mess. Close this. Also, there was some soft music in the background, but yeah. Display settings. All right, let's see. Yeah, for this. Where is it? Detect display? No, can I? How do I? Every time I have to do this, I forget how to do it. Display resolution. Scale. It's that. There it is. Add display settings. You know, it's reading as 160 Hz. So. Why?
Catman 11234 said HDR is below the video section of the settings. It's not important. I like it because it makes dark colors less blue and more black.
Oh, okay. I bet
Since
that could be
Doom
nice.
is very dark, it might makes the oranges really pop.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. This, it's 60 Hz. I just hope that determines it to be. I just wonder why it's fucking up like that. And it's not accepting the main monitor's display rate. Let's try it again. Maybe it was just finicky nonsense. Well, again, it might be 60. It's whatever. I'll have to troubleshoot it on my end. I just don't want to be stuck in this little, like, what's happening kind of thing. Also, pertinent, very cool, yes, and then yes. I wonder if it's because like you guys mentioned the NVIDIA driver thing. I wonder if it's like, yeah, if you update it, it just gets bad. Because I could see that being the thing that's fucking up my display recognition.
Said, don't use ultra performance DLSS. You do not need that. Ultra performance renders the game at 480p.
Oh,
just go balanced at the lowest.
Okay. I didn't know that. Oh, that makes sense why Oblivion looks like so shit. I thought that was the case. I just thought ultra performance made like it be like, hey, I'd rather have performance above everything else. I didn't know that's the process of which it takes. Just let's just kneecap everything. Anyways, but what I was saying was, what goes perfectly with Doom is a good old Valentine's Day pink cup that my grandma got me because she's like, you're into cups, right? Like these cool looking cups. And I'm like, yeah, it's pink and it has hearts on it. Thank you so much. That's great. Woo. Bodhi says quality equals looks good, performance equals runs good. Yeah, but I didn't know performance basically means like, yeah, we're gonna just cradle. I thought like it was gonna, again, I guess balance is what I was envisioning, but like I thought everything had like a balanced subtext about like, well, when we reach your FPS demands,
Catman
then we'll increase quality.
11,234 said mug of the day pod.
Mug of the day.
Gnawing had a good point that HDR is great for games like Doom.
Oh, it's still not fixed. I mean, honestly, I don't know how I can fix it unless I'll have to look into it. But weird, annoying. I wish it worked, and I wish it read my thing properly.
G-Red said, I pretty much always use the quality preset. Works fine.
Yes. Yeah, probably good. Let's see. Where is the thing balanced? We're fine. I don't know what this the sharpening is. I wish I could turn it off because I just hate sharpening effect on anything. It looks gross to me. But anyways, depth of field's off. All that stuff is off. All right. Well, guys, it's unfortunate, but we're stuck with 60 FPS, which will mean nothing to you, but it will mean I play worse. But hopefully I can fix that after the stream is done because, Jesus Christ, who knows what's happening. Let's rip and tear until it is done. Now, I would prefer if we made good pace and I felt good about myself while playing this game. So I would not probably be playing it on bullshittery nightmare nonsense. But yes, which is the less shit? I want something, but I don't want to play this for 10 years. Yeah, or just die a lot in 2 seconds. Aspiring Slayer. Don't you give me these goddamn things where it's like baby mode. Oh, you're a little fucking pussy. Oh, okay. I hate that. Aspire. It's like, oh, you have a job and you don't have that much time, so you have to play a game like in 2 hours, and you have to make good headway each time. Oh, here's a good difficulty. That'd be nice. Parry window. You take less damage. We're not playing it now. Hurt me plenty. It looks good enough as far as the emblem describes it. You take standard damage from incoming attacks.
Batman 11234 said Nightmare is the highest toggleable difficulty. The 2 above Nightmare cannot be switched to once you start a save file.
Lone Syndicate said, hearing you say you got that mug from your grandma reminds me of the time my aunt got me pajamas with teddy bears on them. It was also small.
Was it soft? But yeah, man, clothing, I feel like your grandparents never know how big you are. They either get something way too big or way too tight. But I was going to say, is this one should we use? Ultra Violence or Hurt Me Plenty? Choose a difficulty if you like a balance of challenge and experiencing the story. Choose a difficulty if you look for a challenge, experiences, are more confident in first-person shooter. I kind of want to go with Ultra Violence. Is Ultra Violence a bad idea, gang? What are we feeling? Ultra Violence or Hurt Me Plenty? We can always adjust it.
McFluffican said Ultra Violence is a pretty standard difficulty. Closest thing to normal, even if it's technically tougher, for a Doom game.
Got it. Let's try that. We can always knock it down. I'm a bitch like that. I don't want to have any. We got to make ground, guys. Also, I want to feel good. Like, again, if you want to watch it, again, playing on higher difficulty, it's often just a person, like, dying in a split second and shooting
Lone
a person
Syndicate
10 times
said,
more
I
times.
vote Ultra Nightmare.
I vote, you're a psychopath. You stop. Stop it completely. Difficulty settings. You can change the difficulty setting at in the first pause menu, as well as adjust the custom settings. That's kind of fun.
Catman 11234 said this Doom is easier. I'd say anything Nightmare and below. Since you can change it, I am excited to try Ultra Nightmare. If it's the same as Eternal, once you die, your save file is gone.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, well, I will. We'll try. We'll maybe bump it up if we're killing things too fast. But I kind of want, like, the whole point of the Slayer is to be just a wrecking rampager. I don't know if I love the idea that we're gonna be like, oh, I'm barely alive. Oh, I'm fighting for my life.
Just said Ultra Violence for more rip and tear and blood for the blood god.
Absolutely not. Y'all are chaos.
G-Red said, can I see your graphics settings again? Slowly scroll through it, please.
Oh, I don't know if I can get out of this menu, Red. I'll show it to you when we get to a point where I can pause. Is that okay? Doom, the Dark Ages support various a variety of difficulties. Combat assistance modifiers enables difficulties. Certain difficulty. These can't be changed.
McFlufferkin said you can also adjust the game speed separately if I'm not mistaken. If it feels too slow, I hear 100% can still feel sluggish and 150% feels just right for classic Doom and Eternal players alike.
Ooh, okay. I'll look into that. That sounds great. Slayer's Guns. I recommend a player with new FPS shooters adds forgiveness for Slayer with guns. Okay, so I guess there's like aiming assist stuff. I recommend for players who lay back experience. Okay. Alright. This is all the things. That's kind of fun. A lot of games have added this like kind of like hyper adjustment to your own like preferences and stuff like that. Let's keep it same. Is this the one, Fluff, that you said game speed? Should we bump that to what? 150? Okay. That will make us move faster, hopefully. Player damage, demon damage. Sure. Daze duration, enemy speed projectiles. I think that's fine. I just buffed up the game speed. Is that a good idea? So Fluff said. Oh, so everyone voting Nightmare is cringe. Alright, how dare you want this not to end ever. And we'd be stuck in a perpetual state of just misery. I think we're good. Let's say yes. Wait, what? Why are we on ultraviolet? Oh, no, was that ultraviolet? Wait. Yeah,
Lone Syndicate said art update GRINN. I am 11.5 hours into drawing my model, and I am done the head.
Ooh, damn! That puts things into perspective. Damn, you got a lot of work to do, buddy. I'm glad you're making headway. That's huge.
Catman 11234 said you can adjust a ton of stuff in this one, so you can really customize the difficulty. Game speed is like turning up the video speed on a YouTube video. Everything is faster. Try to keep up haha.
Oh shit.
McFlufferkin said you can tweak it as you see fit. I maybe suggest try 100% speed first and then adjust it up or down if it feels too slow or fast.
Another outsider, a path there word covered in blood for Team Guy. A Nightmare Sentinel, disparate and broken, saw in him a weapon. The gods, even watchful, saw something more. They bestowed upon him strength beyond mortal flesh, speed beyond thought, a gift. God damn it! That sounds awesome. The little bit that I read was fire.
Gnawing Fetus said ultraviolence is medium-ish, ultra nightmare is a nightmare.
Got it. Less of that.
Lone Syndicate said, I can't wait to see all the videos of people playing at 150% speed.
Yeah. Everyone looks a little greasy, a little goopy. The demons look kind of bad, quality-wise. Well, huh.
Another fool's errand, witch.
Catman 11,234 said with a higher difficulty, your parry window is also halved. Hing parries, I'm gonna go and grin, flushed loudly crying loudly crying.
Close. The Horde will tear this village to pieces, but our time is running out. Soon, the humans will summon him.
Ooh, also, whenever we're in this scene, pause text speed. Cutscenes, pause text speed.
The barrier is still holding, but our scans show that 3 portals were opened from inside the village.
The demons couldn't get past the barrier, so their followers are letting
We
them
gotta
in.
fiddle with our settings.
The transports. How much time?
Get me the new bishop.
It's running like shit.
Gray's armored division is still an hour away.
We could try and launch the Atlant.
There's no time. Bishop Creed. We need him.
I miss when the CGI business was rendered at the highest resolution, put into a video file, and then it was just played. And then you switch to your version of the game and it looks like shit. But at least you get the idea, instead of everything being rendered in front of your face.
Commander. Thera, this temple must remain guarded.
The village of Kalim is a mining settlement. If it falls, everything
Really rough
will be
pop
destroyed,
in. I wonder.
including your Sentinel energy reserves.
Launch the Slayer.
Ooh. Is it after we got our god powers?
Total purification targeted for the village of Kalim.
Oh, is that what that thing was? Like a brand? Ooh. Is it a quad barrel? No, it's just a shotgun. It's just God, that's so cool.
Launching Slayer in 3, 2, 1. Release.
Yeah, it's like it's fighting over balanced in performance kind of thing. Like it's lowering the texture quality of things, popping things in a little bit. Anyways, Doom, the Dark Age. Brah. Let's pause and adjust settings, because boy howdy, was that a little bit distracting. Seeing like things pop in the back of them. A bit odd.
Catman 11,234 said the Slayer is on a leash right now. The thing on his chest is controlling him. We killed a major player on the Makers, the people who launched you in Doom Eternal.
Oh.
Also, your chill music is on.
Oh, sorry. They also, yeah, not just that, but a bunch of other shit that's fucking up. It's getting a little like, yeah. I feel like I made a mistake downloading those drivers because I didn't have this level of bad when playing. Yep, the other game. What are we doing? We are. What should I change? Red said he wanted to see the settings. Is it because we're not in full screen?
Bolty said some chill Doom and music.
So probably full screen just to be safe. Some chill Doom and some soft, playful music. Yes. Aspect ratio 6:6. Monitor's correct. Yeah, that's the right one, I believe. Yes, MS, that's the one. Yep. Settings, is it because of the, we took off VSync? Should we put VSync back on so we get less of that weird jittery shit since we're already doomed to this crap, you know?
McFluffikins said also, Game Pass version of games have been notorious for being on the rough side for PC, at least compared to what you'll usually get out of Steam.
Really? Oh, no.
Catman 11,234
it's $80 on Steam.
Said lowering shadows is good and not too noticeable. If there's a render distance as well, you could lower it.
Okay, let's see. Options for refresh rate. Let's see. Was that something first? What the red state wanted to show us or see this? Refresh rate is just this, the FPS. Film grain, all that stuff off. Let's see. Reflections, medium, shadows. Shadow quality could be, I guess, low. Texture filtering, volume quality, lighting quality, shadow quality as well. Oh, shading quality. Maybe we should keep shading quality normal. But the shadow quality can be low. I did not know that about Game Pass. That's a bummer.
McFlufferkin said for whatever reason, your detected monitor might be set to 60. Thus why it won't go any higher.
But it's not. Like, I just looked at my thing. So, like, if I go to the settings and I go to this thing, again, I have to, reflect both of these things. But you can see this is my one monitor, which... Why is it set to this now? Why did it do that? Keep. Why would I... What? Go to this and stay with this. I can't see my monitor's flickering. Yeah, it won't keep. It won't keep the thing. Why is it this? Well, yeah, see, that's played there. Why is this not? It won't let me go higher. And it has to so you guys can see the thing.
G-Red said I would suggest restarting the game. I always restart the game after initial startup of a game and adjusting settings. It tends to fix things sometimes.
Okay, we could try that. Sure, we'll keep the changes. But yeah, it's something about like Xbox forcing something. Like like this didn't ever happen on Steam, so I don't know why. 'Tis breaking so much. So now, can I change it without it like reverting it back? Yes. So it's just whenever I go into Doom, it's like, no, we're gonna drop that to 50. I do not know why. Because this is the recording device, and this is the monitor. I wish I could say like this is the dominant thing. Like don't optimize for the
Catman 11,234 said I imagine stopping whatever executables that need a refresh rate would allow your monitor max settings to change. A full PC restart would stop whatever would keep resetting it. I imagine.
It's this though. We know what's stopping it. It's this. As soon as I closed it, I was able to set it high. So it's the Doom game that's refusing to do it. So like even if I refresh it, I still think the Doom game is going to be fucking with it. Yeah. What a weird thing. I have never encountered it. This is the first game I played on Game Pass though. So like I don't play on Game Pass normally. So what a weird thing. I was too slow to type. Sorry. What happened? Oh shit. By the way, I was right. Oh, I saw. Imagine stopping somewhere executable and that. No. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I didn't see that. You were trying to catch back up. Yeah. And now, is it locked back to this? It is. Stay there. Why? What if I hit revert?
McFlufferkin said, unfortunately, Windows 11 is out of my wheelhouse for how and what is easy and cooperative to adjust in settings.
Yeah, we might just have to fuck around a little bit until next stream, unfortunately. What a shame. And what a shit show. I don't know why it's like every game I played always...
said, yay, this is one of the reasons I stopped playing Game Pass PC.
Yeah.
It was always pretty shit.
That's rough. There's got to be a way to make it so that like it doesn't try to like. I think Xbox is trying to read things, and I don't need it to like try to like again like the same way it's like picking up like no game when I'm starting Steam has ever asked me, hey, by the way, we've detected that you actually don't have your CPU, and that could be causing like why are you looking back there? Just stay out of there. What's happening? Leave me be. Yeah, hopefully it runs good-ish. Oh, manageable? Yeah. I don't know. It's odd. I wish I could, like, lock my frame rate to be like, don't let anything else touch this. Like, why is this adjusting?
Catman 11234 said Google says, turn off low latency mode in the NVIDIA controller panel.
Okay. Turn off low latency in the control panel? Is that like the actual... It's really it's like, yeah, it's really struggling. I'm not sure we're going to be able to play.
GTID said Karth Flurkit is Fing crazy red exclamation mark. The Karth skipper's gone be
We're
mad.
troubleshooting right now. GT, so forgive me for not being able to engage with the what do they call it, talk. Let's see. So the NVIDIA control panel, is that... No, it's not the... Let's see. NVIDIA control panel. There we go. I just want to see. So Cat says, go to turn off low latency. Yeah, this is the issue. Where would low latency be? Yeah, low latency mode is off. I already have it off by default. Yeah, I feel like it can't. It's not NVIDIA. I feel like it has to be an Xbox thing. Like the app is accessing and like adjusting to something that it shouldn't be adjusting to. Let's see if we can just get by a little bit. I don't know. The audio is fucking up, so I don't want to start the story if it's like So yeah, you know. But maybe it'll balance out as we play. Let's hope. That's still like chunking. Also, I just really don't like the movement speed, like Fluff said. For right now, let's turn it down to 100 and see how we feel. Yeah, see, there's like these like chunks where it stops.
Confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
Okay, it's a block. There's a sprint. Ooh, I feel like it's pretty fast. Yeah, it's really slow. Like it's chunking up a little bit. Why does my controllers have resistance on it too? It feels so cool to play. That I can't handle. That to me is agonizing. The sound where it's like because it's gonna get to dialogue and we're gonna do stuff. All right, guys, what a fucking bummer. Yeah, let's turn this into a hangout stream, impromptu hangout stream until I can, pause it and just Google a bunch of shit for a couple hours and figure out and just run simulations until I can figure it out, because I haven't seen this problem happen. And again, it is just probably because it's fighting over the 60 FPS thing and the performance weirdness. But anyways, that's probably what we're gonna have to do, which is unfortunate. I don't know if it's. I mean. A lot of things it could be, but I think it's just the Xbox app.
G-Red said you should always adjust NVIDIA control panel's settings for every game individually. That is what I do, to make damn sure I know I'm getting the most out of it, and shit works the way it should.
Yeah, I don't do that typically because I don't really mind if it's not perfect.
Said my plan of bricking Grinn's computer to force a React stream is a success.
Yeah, it should be fine. I'm kind of, I don't think it's an issue. I think it's, again, it seems like there's a, I wish I could switch to another... Like, yeah, MS-E2. Yeah, because it's going for E2 and not the 1. Anyways, I'll think about all this stuff on my time. Unfortunate. My bad, guys. I hate it. I was so excited. I've been waiting the whole week to play, and I can't play, which is a bummer. But hey. That's so shite, man. Well, sometimes things don't work out. And sometimes it's all Xbox's fault for being... pieces of fucking shit garbage. I hate them. Why?
Catman 11234 said perhaps switching to borderless window might be something to check on.
Yeah, maybe. when you launch, according to settings.
G-Red said, Sue, maybe my game footage then lol?
Yeah.
Or whatever you decide to do.
Yeah, probably that. Probably throw that in the background while we just hang out and talk about shit. But, yeah. Change drive. That's something also. For files, maybe? Verify and repair files. Yeah, I'll have to figure shit out. I'm just trying to think of in my head of like what its issue is the Xbox app. Like we know that. It's not my other things because when I switch to things, it does it normally. And also, why the F is fucking Xbox app able to like completely say, hey, despite what you have, I am going to change it by default. So like if I didn't check my FPS counter, it would permanently be at 54 fucking FPS. With my monitor. It's just like, oh, by the way, we just hijacked that, and now we decided it's out there. We're not going to tell you that we did that. Like, what? Oh, we're at Microsoft. We can own you. Your whole PC is ours, and we can do whatever the fuck we want. You can't do anything. You can't do fucking nothing. Bitch, pussy. Anyways, let's pull some Red's gameplay. Where is it? Let's get this AI business going with AI Limit, the weird game that Red told us about yesterday. Not yesterday, a little while ago. Throw on some...
Catman 11,234 said some G-Red games, some React. I've started a new anime that I've thrown a scene from in the channel I'd love for you to check out.
We'll do exactly that.
Also, how was your week in general?
We'll talk about it
in a minute.
I gotta use the washroom. It's probably a good idea for like whatever intro stream we have like Thursday to be this. I've been waiting the whole week to play Doom. And we could have been ripping and tearing, listening to metal music. And all these fucking dickhead I'm sorry. I hate to be jealous, vengeful, envious. But these fuckers have been playing it for fucking the whole week. And then it's my dumbass, little Canadian in the middle of nowhere bullshit, where I'm like, it's my turn. And it just explodes in my face. And it's like, this, I should have been better. I should have prepared for it better. Anyways, here's some fun gameplay while I use the washroom. Piss counter, go up, all that. I'll be back. On a side note, I killed a bee in my bathroom the other day, so that's fun. That's happening. Summer's here. Isn't that fun? There's bees. Could you imagine going poop, and then you just hear bzzz, and you're like, fuck. Shit. Horrible. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, how was your week? I still want to be mad about not being able to play with you right now. Anyways, nothing worse than someone troubleshooting something for 2 hours, though. So, instead... We're going to move on. How was your week? How was your week? My week, I filmed a video. Still haven't edited it yet, so I got my video ready to rip eventually when I edit it and it gets uploaded. I have done a lot. None of it is exciting, but yes. Pace counter goes up. Sorry, it's all good, Red. It's unfortunate. I gotta figure it out. I'm trying to. The worst part about me is I have like a fixation mind, so I'll sit there and like even though we're streaming in the back of my head, I'm like, what should I Google search to figure that? Should it be like Xbox app, not recognizing my FPS counter maybe? Ask ChatGPT. Anyways, it's hard for me to like stop thinking about certain things. I hate bugs so much in summer. They're a pain in summer. Yeah. It's bad. It's real bad, man. Yeah. Spiders, I find as I get older, the more I care less because they're just so like they fucking get away from you.
G-Red said, aside from my emotional slump, my week was fine. I played a lot of Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age, Doll's Nest, and AI Limit.
That's a good time, man. Usually when you're in like any sort of like emotional depletion, drainedness, frustration, whatever it is, it's always nice to remember like it's good to be selfish in those moments just so that like you can fill up whatever vessel, heart, soul, essence that you are, fill that back up, you know what I mean? So that you can take on all the challenges that you know are waiting and dormant for you to have to address or deal with, you know? Killing a big-ass spider yesterday, Raid. It left streaks on the wall. Yeah. So spiders are... Yeah, sometimes you gotta kill some spiders, but at least spiders tend to fucking leave you alone. Where, like, a bee will be like, why am I in your house? Let me out! And it's just dive bombing, and you're like, fucking shit. And also, it's the one thing that like, can hurt you. A spider... Man, as long as your ass isn't like trying to pick up the spider or something, it's probably not any interested in you at all. A bee will sometimes just be like, I'm mad, you're near me, eat shit, you know? And it's oftentimes no, but sometimes these soldier bees, I don't know. Wasps also fuck them, I don't know. We have like so many dandelions around us, so like they're just fucking a field day. And you think they'd be like, that's a cool house that has dandelions around it. Let's not go in there, move in, just take everything we can and then hurt them. You know, what the F? We don't even have a garden to like benefit from pollinate. Anyways, I'm sure Infinity Experience can optimize game settings too. Yeah. That's the thing that I never really use, but like it's like some sort of NVIDIA thing where like you can. It's like, do you want NVIDIA to like change and optimize or like fix the game settings that we think is best for your system? And I just never use it because I just think. I don't know. Usually, I think I used it once, and I thought, I don't really like the way I don't think it made things run better. Because I think it's kind of like it takes into account your graphics card, but not like all these other variables, you know. Especially like considering, well, it's not much of a problem anymore, but like recording and stuff like that. So like it'll give you, it's like, oh, your system can handle this, but you're like, actually, I need a little bit more than that, just so that or a little bit lower than that, just so I can run all the things in the background, you know. Bodhi says, not gonna lie, I'm drained out a bit too. You're drained? Yeah, man. What do you call it? That hit me last week.
Catman 11,234 said, I kill them because I've found I have 4 bites in a row on my forearm vein in a neat little line. Since the spiders are the only visible culprits, they die first.
Yeah, well, if they're trying to kill you like that, I'm a person who's like, listen, man. I am thankful that for whatever reason... most insects don't want nothing to do with me, and I appreciate that, okay? They tend to leave me be. Even bees. I'll be the only insect in this world that is not chill with me are mosquitoes. And they're like, it is to a degree which pisses me off.
I'm reading Berserk now, but I can't get myself to it yet.
Oh yeah, I'm not about that, man. I cannot. I know too much about that anime or manga, whatever you want to call it, to be like, yes. Beat the absolute fuck out of me. Yay. I can't. There's too much good, fun, wholesome shit to watch for me to be like, I just need to watch a man just be destroyed. Yeah. All right, woman. It's a lot. Anyways. Also, Nog says, been playing a lot of Expedition 13, and it's been everything I've hoped for an RPG in a long time. And GRINN, fuck bees. Especially, carpenter bees. They just go into in houses and shit. Yes, I also agree. Although bumblebees seem to be a little more chill. I don't think I've ever actually been like fucked up by a bumblebee. You guys know the only time I was stung was my dumb ass, where like I killed a bee with I think like a swatter or something like that. And then I went and grabbed like a tissue, and I went to like pick him up, and then I went to fold in his body, and I went to compress him, so I made a tinier ball, and then its fucking stinger jumped through, stabbed me in the thumb. He post-mortem got me, and my thumb was like fucking stinging for like 10 years. I was like, what the F? Also, did you guys see that? This is weird, like fucking could be a lie bullshit story, but there was like this thing where like one of the most terrifying things to me is like fucking ticks, because of how like I already hate brain fog. I already hate like not feeling 100%, and I already have a lot of days where I feel like off. And I hate it. So like Lyme disease and ticks are apparently just like that times 1,000. So Lyme disease to me is like the biggest fucking terror idea in the world. Like just so you fucking don't even know what happens, this thing hits you and then you just whole disintegrate over the course of like a year. Hell no. But there was like this story, that could be a bullshit, but it was a story about a lady who did a bunch of weird research, basically at her wit's end. Like the doctor said, yeah, you're basically gonna like just deteriorate and die at this point because you got like a really bad version of it, all that stuff. But she ended up doing like some weird it's like a weird like fucking fairy tale story. I wonder if they just boosted it up for marketing. But the TLDR, she was taking one last walk before she was going to commit suicide because she just had like no energy anymore and she just had like she barely could function. So anyway, she bought like a nice little like a little thing on the beachfront property. Then she went for she was gonna do it, and then she's like, before I do, I'm just gonna go for a walk. She goes for a walk, and then she gets like stung by like a fuck ton of bees because she was walking through like a meadow, as like trying to be like a post-mortem, like I'm ready to die thing. She's running through a meadow. She gets fucking the shit stung out of her by like a fuck ton of bees. She goes home, is like, ow, and probably the same thing that everyone thinks of. It was like, oh wow, dying hurts a lot. Anyways, surprisingly, she starts to get better. So then she starts looking into like what the fuck is going on. The only variable that existed was me getting stung by a fuck ton of bees. And then she finds like this crazy fucking guy in Sweden who has like, he's done this weird study where he was showing that like bee stings have like a weird neurotoxin in them that like gets your body to produce some sort of weird like pestilent type of antibody or something like that. Anyways, this lady basically, I'm not sure if it works for everyone, but she basically is like, yeah, if you get the fuck sting out of you, your body will start to make this type of antibody and it maybe could help Lyme disease. I haven't heard shit after it, so I wonder if it's true or if it's just that like no one's willing to get the shit stung out of them to like solve the Lyme disease thing, or if no one's heard about the thing. I don't know. It also could just be like it worked for her, or it could be an entire like
Catman 11,234 said been stung twice, and the second time the bee got into my sock and just kept hitting me like he had a quick time event. The strain of ticks can now also make you allergic to red meat.
Really? Yeah, man, that's wild. That's, as much as I'm not a big fan of bees, I do believe there's some weird shit going on with bees. I'm not like so convinced that I'm like gonna freak about it. I got like a fucking does anybody know the pain where sometimes in your nostril there's like, it sounds horrible, but there's like a bug that's decided to become a knife and it's just stabbing into the side of your nose and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And you're like, my eyes are watering because it's hurting me. We can do it right now. My nose.
9 Fetus said in order to get stung enough for that to work, for most PPL would die from the amount of stings.
I thought it was one of those weird things where, did you also hear, sorry, I didn't mean to jump around too much things. Did you also hear about like the cool story I seen last week, which I wanted to tell you guys about, but because it came out at a weird time, I don't think I remembered. But the story was basically some fucking lunatic in like Australia, I think it was, who has a love and a fascination with like snakes. He ended up basically just, I don't know what the reason for it was, but he ended up like, I think he got stung by or bit by a snake once, and he got really sick, and he's like, oh fuck, and then but he survived it. And he's like, oh, okay, weird. So then he had this weird like habit, or maybe it's a premise where he thought like, oh, if I keep getting stung, eventually I'll build like antibodies for it. So he ended up diluting like all of these venoms that he owned from having so many snakes. And he used to like milk snakes as a hobby, which is such a weird sentence. Anyways, I used to get the venom out. So he made a diluted version of venom, and he just kept drinking it, and he gets sick. Sometimes he'd have diarrhea or something. All this weird stuff. Every now and again, he had to go to like the emergency room and be like, "Oh, I fucking got stung," and I took a little bit of it. Anyways, but what ended up happening was like 15 years of doing this, or 5 years of doing this, something like that. He like started to just not get any symptoms anymore. So he started taking like the deadliest poison from a snake that like makes you go blind and like shuts down your body's whole fucking like productive resource, or like your organs, some shit. And what do you call it? He just never fucking took any more damage because he built up such a tolerance for it. And then he eventually was like, hey guys, I might have some like good blood or like antibodies to help like fight off venom. So there's this researcher that basically came out and like started doing tests to him, and he said, holy shit, your blood is like doing weird shit that like is almost impossible when it comes to like getting off of venom. And yeah, so now he's like part of a study in which this is a thing. And the first thing he says is like, don't do what I did. I was kind of like a psycho who decided to do this. But it's just funny to me. There's some like, that's the beauty of humanity, where there's some psychopath who's just like, I think that might work. And then they try it, they fuck up, but they keep trying it. And then eventually you have a really smart person meet a very crazy person. You're like, I think you might be the key
Catman
to
11,234 said in the
so
same way, there's theories that children not washing their hands may build up tougher immune systems. Started as a joke of people saying, I drank from the hose as a kid, and now it's a theory.
Brother, I also drank from the hose as a dude. We talked about this beforehand, but like as a kid, I have loved pools. I have loved lakes. I just like water. So like I would always just be in water, swimming. I don't care how cold it is. I would just get after it when it comes to that. And the amount of like memory I have, like when I think back to those memories, I wasn't swimming in clear water. It was brown, disgusting sludge. That I was a tiny lake of water just sitting there for 20 minutes. I was spitting out water everywhere. Like Jesus. Like, that's got to build up some type of fucked up immunity, you know what I mean? Or some sort of thing. Or just you're disgusting. And maybe this is why you're so fucked up. I don't know. But yeah. Also, Pedro says, why did you stop playing Let It Die? Because we played it for fucking 4 years? 5 years? Some shit? I played it non-stop. I covered every single angle except for the angles that were so hellish that I just thought, no. And then the game never updated for like 6 months. What are we talking about? Why haven't you played one level of Mario Party, the same billion times? Mario Party's bad example. Let's play one Dark Souls boss for 2, 3, 4 years. What the F? This is a game that Red's playing called AI Limit, which is the one he showed us yesterday, or last time, which was a bunch of a child running about, but Red has made a full-grown woman, which looks pretty cool. Basically play an android. I thought it was mech-based. Or this is not the game that Red might have actually said something, and I fucking missed it. Anyways. What a crazy question. Sorry, I don't mean to be mean, Pedro, but it's a wild statement. It's a wild statement to be like, why did you stop playing the game that hasn't updated itself for a million years, and you played for a bazillion hours? Like, what do you mean? Why did I keep playing it for so long? I like the game. I'm not in love with the devs. And the choices that they made. I should say I'm not in love with this. I don't like the choices that they made with Let It Die. They could make it better with Let It Die 2. Hopefully they do. More power to them. Wish they succeed. All that stuff. It's hard to test since testing kids is unethical. Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing, man. Which is so neat. Is like all it takes is some psychopath, like an Australian, who's just like, I'm gonna drink poison, venom, snake venom for like my whole life. And then again, all you need is one science person being like,
G-Red said that was Doll's Nest. That was Dark Souls plus mechs.
Oh.
This is AI Limit, which is just Dark Souls, pretty much long.
Oh, okay. So the other one is still like tiny. Gotcha. This is a Dark Soul. Oh, this is the one you were telling me about. That's very similar to that other weird game that's like you play like a guy in an exosuit. It's kind of like post-apocalyptic. I think you said it was similar to that game. The character you made is very pretty, though. I think that's cool. The character looks great. Should we change up the gameplay a little bit? Because I do believe Red has given us more. Just now that we have so much gameplay to show you guys. Because everyone has been very sweet. Red, Fluff, and so many others have been sweet and given me gameplay. So we should jump around. I got a fucking rock in my chest. Guys, I know I told you that there was something stabbing me in my nose. It didn't go away. It should have, because I got in there. And it's still there. Let's go with this. Also, did you see the shit going on with Marvel Rivals? The pseudo-drama / yes? Sorry. The pseudo-drama and what else? Yeah, sure.
Catman 11,234 said for a bit you were into the Let It Die multiplayer game. I forget what it's called, but you had a lot of videos of I think Red's gameplay.
No, it was Lone's. Shout out to Lone, but it's a fair mistake. I was gonna say it was Lone's gameplay. Lone funded that whole thing, man. Because again, it wasn't that it wasn't fun. It was just that it was not my type of fun. You know what I mean? And also, again, it's so repetitive.
G-Red said AI Limit has a preset character. No customization, except outfits and helmets and hair. Maybe skip to the boss fights? I have them time-stamped.
Oh, we could do that too, I guess. Oh, I don't see the boss type. Oh, right, because you can't unlock chapters in the weird thing. But yes, it was Lone who gave us the gameplay. Which, shout out to Lone. Yeah, Lone gave me so much gameplay. I feel so bad because I didn't get to show all of it, and I was just man. I don't know what it is because like I want to say like, oh, huzzah, eureka moment. I don't like repetitive gameplay.
Lone Syndicate
I love
said
repetitive
still
gameplay.
kinda disappointed me never finished the road the highest ranks.
Yes, yeah, I know. See, that's what bums me out. I wish we did. I wish I would have just bitten down and like made like a mega video for it. It's just that it was right around the time that I was also trying to do my my VR channel and do all the research and like learning about that, which was endless and overwhelming to where I didn't have any. There's this constant like this is what I've been actually dealing with a little bit with my my VR channel a little bit, and just content creation as a whole. Streaming is so easy because there's usually it's like I can come up with something for us to do, or when there's something big like Doom Eternal, it could be like a focal point, which is super fun and I like that a lot. But with content, let me ask you guys a question. Would you create content when you are like not as excited to create it just because you should, or should you wait to create content when you're actually excited to create stuff? It's difficult because sometimes like timing is important. Sometimes you made obligations to people. Like I have a bunch of people who are very sweet and they send me like Discord messages who are monitors in the Bone Lab scene. And the reality is that like most of Bone Lab is just a really quiet community. Like it's not like a lot of viewership is there, and if it is, it's from like a very specific set of channels. And like the best videos I've ever released were always about playing sorcery, just because it's a game that I think people are much more interested in that kind of sense, and they just have like a very dedicated community. So I know that's like the videos I probably should be making.
G-Red said the boss fights were in part 2. I did not have enough time to get to them in part 1, since I had to go to a doctor appointment.
Got it. We'll just jump around. I'll just hit some of your timestamps every now and again, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was to me, like I feel like sometimes I have this like.
Catman 11234 said as a side character of Ero Manga Sensei says, "Only create when you're motivated and feel the juices flow. Otherwise, it's a waste of your juices. It's a weird ass anime."
It's tough. I don't know if I completely agree with that. I get the sense. I understand why someone would say that. But the issue I have with it is that, like, if you can't do something when it's hard, you won't do it when it's easy. That kind of idea. So, like, there's, like, this part of me in my head that, like, if I was on vacation, I'd make a point to still exercise. If I was doing something that was supposed to be good for me, I'd also still make sure I don't do the other thing. You know what I mean? So, it's this weird feeling of, like... I think it's probably like the more, to me in my head, it's just a matter of energy. So like if you have like energy within your body, within your soul, to be like, okay, I made an obligation, I have to show the fuck up because that's what I promised I'd do, or that's what this person deserves, right? There's also things where like in this moment, there's a big opportunity that will go away. I don't give a shit that I'm tired. I have to like pick myself up and just perform, right? But there's also a point where you're just like, I have nothing. You don't get to ask. There's nothing left. Eat me. Die, actually. There's also that. I think both things can be true, and I think all of it comes down to, like, honestly, I think a lot of it comes down to, like, how good are you about, like filling up your chalice? Like, whatever energy, whatever is passion, whatever is, like, joy, whatever makes you excited or something like that, whatever, like, meaning you have to associate with something. How quickly can you fill up? How good can you recover? Like this is the idea that I'm kind of getting into. Like I'm absorbing when it comes to like entrepreneurship, which people say like one of the things I agree with is like you have to increase your level of work volume. Basically, the idea is like if you are going to try to run a business, it's not going to be easy. If you're going to try to provide value to someone or really help someone to the extent which they're going to give you money, you can't. It's not going to be easy. There's a reason why everyone doesn't just do this is because it asks a lot of you. So your work capacity needs to be really high. Meaning, some people hate going into work for 5-6 hours. You're going to be. There's a high likelihood that you're going to have to become the person that like can wake up at 7 a.m. and like get home at 8 a.m. and then get 2 hours to yourself, and then that's it. And some of those hours are going to be you just making food. And that's the work capacity you're going to have to develop. I agree with that. I understand that understanding of like, yes, especially when you know how much you need to learn. That makes sense. I also think that it doesn't work that way. Like, it can work that way only if your recovery deems it to be working that way. So if you have nothing left, Like, doesn't matter. Like, all you're gonna do is have to work 10 times harder to get like a 10% of the result you would have if you actually took a minute to like recover, to fill your chalice, to whatever. So I think it's always a balance of like how, and honestly, I think this is like one of the biggest things in life. How efficient and effective are you at just like recovering? How good is your sleep? How good is the food you eat? How effective are you with just monitoring your
said the Sewer Town boss in part 2, second Sewer Town boss timestamp, was especially fun.
The second
Lots of learning movesets and parrying.
My nose is starting to leak. I still don't know if I'm 100% better. What is it? What was it? Slum, campsite, sewer boss. There we go. Ah! I gotta blow my nose again. Ah! I did spend a lot of time outside, so I wonder if that's why. All the pollen in the air is kicking my ass. This game does look pretty. I always feel like my game is run like shit in comparison to everybody else, but it also could just be the limiting factor of YouTube only being able to accept 60 FPS. So like maybe there is some frame drops and stuff like that because you notice irregularity, not consistency or something. If you can't do it when it's hard, you won't when it's easy. Can also be said about working out when you have an injured limb. Sometimes it's good to take a break. Make the thing. Yeah, no, for sure. Again, I think it is. I think there's like there's like an example in least in my head where like I understand. Like if you're like sick or if you have a whatever. A hurt limb or whatever, a stretched muscle, yeah, absolutely. Like you're gonna go backwards. But I think
G-Red said I am using a reshade for some graphical adjustments. Oh. But the game is already anime style.
Yeah, so it doesn't. I didn't even notice. Honestly, I wouldn't have even been able to tell. But I think that's one of those things. That's something that I've been thinking about a little bit, which I think is important. I kind of forgot. Dang it! What was I just thinking about? Damn it! Something I've been thinking about. I think that's like a big part of life is not hiding from what is real. I think that's super easy to do. And I say it as a person who probably has done this many times in the past, where like it's sometimes just hard to look at what is probably real or honest or true. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, whether it's like, why I worked out yesterday or why I didn't work out yesterday wasn't because I was actually sick or wasn't because I was actually whatever, but because I was tired and I didn't want to do it. That's the actual truth. It's not that like you were, you didn't have time that day or that like, you didn't eat enough food or you did enough this week. It was just that you didn't want to and you just chose to not do the hard thing that would make your life better. But at least it's true. Like, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to like, that's fine. But just don't lie and say like, well, I did it because insert 1,000 excuses, I think like same thing is like if your YouTube is for me, if my YouTube channel isn't doing well, it's like there's a reason why, and sometimes it's like, yeah, you're not as passionate about certain things that you're covering. You're kind of you're spread way too thin, so you can't actually function over these things. Those all have solutions to fix itself. Like, at least if you're honest about what it is, then you can then genuinely try to solve it. But if you don't even look, if you don't try to like shine a light on like the actual problem, then you'll just be forever, a slave to it, I guess, or like weak to it, that kind of thing. Also, this boss seems. Are you getting dropped in 2 hits? It seems like you're dying. It's killing you. Yeah, half your health. Jesus. Wow. Yeah, I'm not about this life, man. Give me the Doom game where when you shoot an enemy, half of their limb falls off, or their body or torso gets severed. Instead of this, where some fucking bitch who has like red hair and shit coming at you with a weird mask. She's 10 feet taller than you, and you're like, what? What? Cat says, so Red, I'm talking, this is similar to Rise of Ronin. Maybe. Maybe. It could be. I feel like most things that are like anime, I feel like it's more like, well, I don't know. Everything's Dark Souls adjacent, man. Guys, I feel like I'm so not the demo for Dark Soulsy stuff. And Let It Die popped, and that was just what a weird thing. Like what an absolute. I don't deserve to be here. I don't know why I was chosen. I shouldn't have been chosen. I kind of want to stop, give this mantle away to somebody. Oh, does it have a? Ooh, this is a cool weapon. Let It Die. Who? Am I right? That's pretty sick. 2 drills. Oh, we don't get to see the drill. We do get to see the drills. That's pretty fire, dude. 2 giant drills. What an impractical weapon in general. Like, you'd be in order to use this on a wall or something, you'd have to have stiff armed. It's just, yeah. Also, so much weight on your tiny joint limb. Wild. Not really, cat. This is closer to Dark Souls and Sekiro. Ooh, okay. Run is more open world, Neo. Oh. My nose is so blocked.
11,234 said Pierce the Heavens, Gurren Lagann.
Ooh, man, what was the anime you were watching, by the way, Kat? I missed it. You said you were watching an anime. What was it? Gurren Lagann, man, is one I have not watched, man. Apparently, it's super fucking depressing. It looks like a great anime. I can't, man. You know what anime, to me, stands out in my head often to this day? In, like, a weird space of, like, yeah, it was pretty good, like pretty meaningful, like a good overall. Like I understand why it has like in some sense GOAT status, although apparently the sequel ruined it. I'm talking about Code Geass. Code Geass to me, man, is genuinely like kind of a beautiful like story in all that way. You know, like kind of like the idea of I feel like it very much echoes like the Demon King story, except probably what the Demon King story probably actually is. With the whole idea being like there's always a hero, there's always a Demon King, there's always like what's it called, like a church and a like a king backing the hero. In fact, the favorite version of that.
G-Red said, I eventually nailed this boss. It was super satisfying getting the parries down.
Is this it? This is where the health bar's at the top. I see. Golly. We could skip to when the shit happens and you get that kill. That satisfying run. It's right around here, I think. I think this is the run.
Catman 11,234 said the anime I'm watching Iron is the Supercube, which has a fight scene in the React tab. I'm excited for you to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Fantasy anime, guy gets his powers from the Supercube. Beautiful animation.
Ooh, okay.
Lone Syndicate said anime update, I finished No Longer Allowed in Another World and Loner Life in Another World and now I'm watching Inspector.
Well, give me how they were. Give me like what the name of the anime, a couple thoughts. Too much power fantasy. Not enough harem stuff. I don't know. Man, my nose was fine the whole day, and it's like allergy just came to rip me apart. Good shit, Red, by the way. Yeah, man. I think I hate FromSoft. I can't describe how, like, when I watch this, I think I don't want to fucking do this. It's so impressive, but at the same time, I'm like, brother, I see the gap here, and like it probably didn't take that long. Probably took like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Shit like this kills me. Like I give me Power World any day of the week. Give me a game where I can make a house. I can go fucking capture these cute little guys. Yay. Yes.
Catman 11,234 said a couple thoughts on the Supercube.
Nice, Red.
Beautiful fights, less blurry animation, and more focused frames and moves you can actually see. A bit of Wing Chun. Cool-ass power system. Only 10 EPs are in.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you seen the weird superhero one, Cat, that everyone's talking about? Where it jumps between like CGI stuff. All right, guys, we're moving a little bit to React stuff now.
Lone Syndicate said No Longer Allowed in Another World was like a breath of fresh air when it comes to the isekai genre with an interesting concept and as dark humor right 8/10.
What does it look like? Or let me look real quick. Let's take a pause. Let's see. No longer. Why is my? Oh no. Oh what? Why is it my? Dude, updating my drivers has botched my thing as well. Oh, is that why? It's because I don't have that thing open? Oh, what is it called? Oh, this is the worst. Everything's falling apart. Anyway, let me just type it. No longer allow it in another world. Let's see. What does this look like? Oh, I know this one. Yeah. The weird guy who's like a depressed emo kid who loses his wife and has to like write the weird world thing. Got it. Okay, I know that one. Yeah. That one looks good. That one's on the list. It increased higher on the list now that Lone is back a little bit. All right, let's see. Lone is someone up here. Let's go to our Discord. Where is it?
Catman 11,234 said, "How's the wacky keyboard going?"
It's good. I still, man, it's great. It's so good. I have no issue at all. My hands are happy. No carpal tunnel. I will say, just like every keyboard, it starts to accumulate like dust, and it starts to embed it within its structure a little bit. But I will say, I haven't, like, again, half of the point to the keyboard is just to be able to memorize chords. And I haven't like done the due diligence to do that, but that's also because I kind of took a back seat to writing, which is where I was like really gonna making good headway with it. I still do a little bit of writing, but just not as much as I was at one point, because business, just surprise, a lot to learn. Where is it located, Fluff? Is it, or not Fluff? Cat, is it in the React tab? Grin React tab. Is it in the Grin React? It is. Oh, I know this one. Who hasn't seen this? I'm sorry to spoil the fact that I've seen it. Yes, this is just madness, and we should not listen to soft, playful music in the background. While
Lone Syndicate said Loner Life in Another World, also good, has an interesting concept where the Mick, instead of starting with op-level skills gear, he starts with terrible skills, and gear like so bad they seem useless.
Huh. Loner Life in Another World? Oh, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, I watched the manga of this Lone. That one is interesting because he like makes a beautiful like cave palace, and all the like his friends that also got isekai'd eventually find it, and they're like, "What the fuck? You've been living like a king while we live in like the
Catman
shitty
11,234 said, "Damn, Grin has already seen it." I cried.
I apologize.
What is my purpose here?
We'll watch it again and we'll get hyped because this dude, this is taking people, like showing people like, man. I'm not sure what the best take on this is, but it's showing how Japan's workforce is really effective. Maybe starved, but effective, because I do believe this is a Chinese-based anime, and holy shit, is the animation just... Jesus Christ. It's perfect. God damn. Dude starts buffing up his arm cannon or whatever, his muscle fibers, and he's like, glass bottles, go! Oh. Also, there's so many good screen grabs. I bet that he just punched him, his cheek flew to the side, you pause, you get a diamond in the rest with that one. Jesus. I will say the amount of inconsistency within the anime logic where he punched a chair and made it obliterate. He punched a wall, a concrete wall, and just turned it into nothing. Like, if he contacts you with that force, you're gonna shatter every bone in your arm or something. Pocket sand also. The sound design is where I love. The sound design, I know what I'm talking about. I feel like this is too balanced of a fight. There's a reason why we don't have balanced fight in anime, is because it just takes a long time. You know what I mean? Also, I don't know if they ever explain what the fuck is happening. Why does that guy have a little tiny doll on a string? I don't know. But they go hard.
G-Red said, "Damn, this is clean choreography with nice edits. A lot of anime has too damn many cuts and is too zoomed in."
Yeah, this one goes crazy with its like just freak shit level animation. Oh, they cut it out. Oh, he basically beats the fuck out of this guy. He shaves off the top of his head. Brutal. Anyways, yes, there is. This is a great one. This is one that's like everyone's talking about. It's it's weird because like
Catman 11,234 said this is 2 minutes of an 8 minutes long fight. I can send the full version.
Maybe not.
They build up to building leveling
It'd
techniques.
be a lot. To me, it's weird, man, because like this is really awesome and it's super satisfying, but like it's weird. But like 90% of like how? Let me ask you a question: how can anime, for so many years, get away with what Red just described, which is like really low, like zoomed in shots of faces and anything to decrease the anime budget? How? And it's usually because like the one fundamental thing in almost everything is story. So if story and characters that you connect with and are meaningful in any way, connect with you, then you can put up with all this other bullshit. So the issue with this, as much as the fight scene is beautiful, I haven't seen the full episode yet, so I don't know what like the context of either of these people are. I don't know if this is a character I should root for, the main guy, who's him, I think. I don't know anything about their journey. I don't know what their like, world
Syndicate
is. So
said, Grin reminder, don't forget to do Deadly Assault in Z's. It resets tomorrow.
I gotta do it today. Yeah, I know. I'm behind on that. I hate fucking Deadly Assault too. Or not Deadly Assault, whatever that one weird fucking thing is. That's like you gotta fight three bosses. Dude, also, I got so robbed, man. I never got J-Node's weapon. I have no primos because I was wishing every day.
Bad anime fights I think of is Escanor versus Meliodas. Slideshow ass
yeah, that's brutal. But my point is that like I hope that like this is also a really good story, not just really good fight scenes. Because honestly, dude, I think if you were to bet on either or, I think you got to bet on story. Like, there's a reason why all these stories, there's a reason why that's possible. But I hope the story is good with this one, so it's not wasted, so to speak. But I think this is awesome. I can't wait to see more of it. Let us probably work down and up for a little bit. My nose, man. All right. Yeah, my right nostril is just leaking profusely, and my left one is dry as hell. I hope I'm not getting sick. It's like I have allergies. I'm probably gonna take an allergy pill or something like that. Anyways.
Catman 11,234 said, from what I've watched, the story is great.
Oh, it is?
The power system is very unique and well done.
Let's go. Okay. What's the best power system you've ever seen, Kat? You can't say Hunter x Hunter, because that's what everyone says. Oh. The best. I have two shows that I think have the best power system in the entirety of anime. Honestly, probably anything. It's Ranker of Kings has such a cool power system, as well as I forgot the other one. Shit. But yeah, Ranker of Kings has such a cool power system. So like, there's this guy named Boss, who's like the main king, I believe, who has like wild super strength, and he's just a beast. But then there's also a guy, his son named I can't think of his name. Boji. And his whole thing is like he has a tiny little saber, and he can find like the critical point on anybody and like kill them. Like he can just cut through whatever thing they have.
Annoying Fetus said, blow TF out of the blocked nostril, blow it out again, wait 5 minutes until it just gets clogged again, then power rocket that shit out of the nostril.
Yeah, and then again and again and again. I could never be one of these people who are just animals who do one of these. Bang. I had a friend who was like a skater dude back in the day. Real cool guy, but Jesus Christ, he did that in front of me, and I just thought, I've never seen something so fucking disgustingly vile in my life, of just seeing someone and you just see like this flapping snot, and you're like, oh my God, stop, please. Also, how Marvel supports mains say that experiencing the match, they do not look up. Let's see. What is it? Why won't Spider-Man leave me alone? That's a lot of liquid. In my defense, this guy's pointing a gun at me. What am I supposed to do? The gun back here? You're getting fucking pulled 10 miles off the map. What am I supposed to do? I can't reach you. I can't stop him from fucking attacking you. You know what you can do? You can look at the other support and say, heal my ass, because yes, that's the only person that can help you, is give you more sustain, because it's not like a tank can just delete Spider-Man who gets fucking 10 feet in the air.
Lone Syndicate said that's exactly how it feels, by the way.
Guys, we are probably, this is why I kind of scheduled Well, dude, I don't even know, man. I scheduled Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all that. But I left out I think Thursday, Friday or something like that. Saturday.
Said, what was your thoughts on the second GTA 6 trailer?
We talked about it. It was awesome. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm excited. So it's kind of in the same spot to me where like GTA is. I don't really know what to describe it. The whole like sex sells thing to me has always been something that's been in GTA. It hasn't I guess, how do I put it? GTA is kind of in the same capacity of like a couple years ago how I felt about like Fallout and like Skyrim and stuff like that, where like I'm already excited. It's just about whether you execute worse than before or better than before, and even if it's worse than before, it's still probably worth it. So I am kind of just like, it's GTA. You know what I mean? Like, and also, I don't know. I feel weird about like GTA is such a fun game, but simultaneously I also feel like it's not perfect. Like I'm not its target demographic, although I do have fun. It's kind of like Call of Duty. Where, like I don't know many people who can play Call of Duty and not be like, it's kind of fun. But the issue is can you play it for like hours and hours? And I could never really play GTA for hours and hours just because it doesn't have what I tend to like about RPGs, like a leveling up system, perks, points, builds to spend and stuff like that. It has weapons. It has like missions that you get money so you get better-ish weapons. Then eventually like the online game came out, and that kind of got more of like, okay, now you're starting to kind of just become more of like a MOBA and RPG where you can actually like buy houses and buy cars, not even just cars, but like actually buy like fucking war or tanks and stuff like that.
Said if Doom won't play nice, you still have plenty of Oblivion to enjoy.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna play Doom. I'll find a way. I really want to play Doom, even though like just shooting the zombie. I've been craving an FPS. I've been eating good these last couple of days, where it's just like, yes, just good. Like as soon as I'm hungry for an RPG, they give us Oblivion. I'm kind of starting to want an FPS again. Now we have Doom. I don't know what other big hitter game we have out right now, but yes. Also, what is this? When you invest all your perk points into charisma, but still roll 1 in speech check. Hopefully we don't get an ad.
You're too ham.
Let's see.
You're too handsome. That's the problem. If you were like, Gerard, this is why your schemes are failing. You're not striking fear into the hearts of anyone. People are like, you know what? He seems like an okay fella.
But I want them to love me.
You want people to love you, but you want to rob banks.
Yeah,
you're like,
they can't.
I would just riz whoever's in the counter. Like, hey, can you give me money?
Give us one riz.
Yeah, riz us up.
This is the problem. You should never, ever imply yourself as riz. It is like the best way to, it's like almost like, I'm such a nice person. If someone says, I'm such a nice person, you know they're fucked up. You know there's some bullshit going on, you know what I mean?
Lone Syndicate said, gaming update, I brought Doom on Amazon, but apparently it's sold out thought, and I'm not sure when they will get more copies, so sad no weekend of Doom for me.
No!
Lone Flufferkin said it's still uploading, but I added a RoboQuest playlist. Copies. It's a very Doom YFPS roguelike.
It's still uploading, but I added RobeQuest. Okay, a RoboQuest playlist of things. It's a very Doom-like FPS roguelike. Oh, okay. Oh, is that the one you wanted me to play? Yeah. The one that's like it's gonna be coming out this year for like VR.
Please give me money. Please give me money. I'm really broke right now.
Hello, police. Hello, police. I need help.
Set to answer your question. I love the DBZ power system. I don't care if it's bad in comparison. I want to yell and go through my copious amounts of forms and shoot giant beams of energy.
There are good points for sure with the DB system. To me, I think the coolest part about Dragon Ball Z is like the time chamber like training and stuff like that, where it's just like, let's just get like a system that just like fucking compresses the shit out of like gravity mass, so you're like just having to exist on that way. Do you know what's an underappreciated movie that I always liked? Was it called John
Lone
Carter?
Syndicate said, but on the
Love
bright side, I still can enjoy Doom through GRINN, but I was looking forward to ripping and tearing.
Brother, we'll see. Hopefully you're right.
Daddy needs his money right now.
Press this button under the counter.
Threatened.
Hello, human resources.
I'm gonna say it. The Blue Lock power system is peak.
Blue Lock power system is pretty cool too. Yeah. Blue Lock power system is basically like ego based, basically. Like, and the main guys is the coolest because it's just like he becomes like a what's the word? Like he basically. Everyone has like a version of ego. I don't even want to get into this. I know the powers. Everyone has a version of ego, and the main character has like the ego that is like he just wear whatever. He has all the ego. He has all like the desire to become the best. All that stuff. I don't know if we're ever gonna wrap up Blue Lock though, Bolty. That's the only issue I have with the anime, where I'm like, oh geez, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be ending soon at all. Also, sorry, that was very cute. Yes, the guy, I don't know, to me, the whole charisma thing, there is a weird thing where it's like, dude, this is actually a pretty fire take. I just thought of it. I think it's actually pretty good. I shouldn't have said that because now it's going to look like not as cool. But I feel like in the real world, there is something called pretty privilege, oftentimes, where someone is just beautiful and they have experienced very little, like, bullshit because of said beauty. They haven't experienced. They just gained, like, maybe things that you've had to deal with, like you get pulled over, you get a ticket. Maybe you're beautiful, maybe you chuckle, maybe you laugh, maybe you don't get a ticket then. That kind of thing. In the online space, especially in the VTuber space, vocal coolness is pretty privilege. Okay, because everyone has their handsome, cool-looking avatar or can look better, etc. But vocal power, like when this guy said, be more charming, did he tell you a compliment? Did he say something? No, he said, hey, let me use my voice. And it's so weird. But yes. Anyways, when the zombie makes you feel old and decrepit, why? Is it like
I was trying to find
zombie?
like phones with like the teen.
Let's see.
Like where there's
said the shorts, clips from Ollie and Gerard on Geekenders has been some of my favorite collision of worlds for me.
Yeah, the VTuber.
Been watching Jesse and Dodger for a long time, so them getting to know VTubers is nice.
Yeah, man. It's always fun seeing VTubers interact with like other. Honestly, I kind of feel like that's better. I find like VTubers mixing with like actual like flesh tube content creators, whatever you want to call it. Flesh tube is wild to say. Anyways, but yeah, I feel like that's so much better of a thing, because otherwise I feel like you're kind of huffing too much paint. you're in like you're not having like you're hearing the same conversations about like, I like anime, how do you feel about this perverted shit? Except rather than actually having someone that like pulls you into a different world and you have to actually think about all the various things that you don't normally have to engage with, you know,
the number and then 3 letters.
Yeah.
What's a T9?
Oh God, Dodger, we're so old.
So T9 was a reference for phones that would have like a tack.
Oh, dude, I was about to say, I don't know, I'm bad with names, but like, this is not even bad. I remember in my grandma's house, she used to have this old ass phone, and it was the same bullshit where you go bang, bang, bang. I can't be so bad with names, but shit like that, this is not that bad.
Tactile number system.
Oh, like what?
Non-fetus said flesh tube. Grin, did I walk into a Hadada
Listen,
stream?
man. All right,
only up to
some of these VTubers be out here going crazy. A lot of them be femboys, but still.
Like ABCs.
Why are you black and white?
What do you mean, kids? It's me, Grandpa, over here, talking about T9 phones, broadcasting all the way from 1914. You had to call the operator and get dialed into 06.
They were this. Hello?
Hold on, operator. Hello? This is how we...
Man, I'm gonna be. I feel like I'm gonna be the opposite. I'm not gonna be one of those people who are like, I'm old. I'm be like, I'm not old. You're fucking a baby. Okay, I'll go the other way. This is way too much self reassurance.
Jesse, you have to wake up. We get this right now.
Jesse, please.
The accident was
McFlufferkin said Gerard learned how to speak English by watching Markiplier, so he can often sound alike and does voice impressions.
Oh, that's kind of huge. Is that the VTuber guy, the dude who is with the nice voice? Let's watch one more of these because I like the shorts, and then we will jump over to whoever else uploaded stuff, and then we'll probably jump over to the top and go work our way down. Hey, what is this? Oh, it's a whole ass cartoon. That ring is too big for you. Okay.
Catman 11,234 said the mix of in-person and VTuber is interesting.
Yeah, I like it. Too. VTuber, again, I find VTuber on VTuber is too much. It's too much of the same culture weirdness. Maybe I just like chaos a little bit, or like I like to. It's like substance, of course. You know what I mean? it's basically like being in like a lot of the VTuber things. I see people just like in a circle of agreement, like, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Well, this is this because they're all from the same world. They kind of go through the same problems. It's really interesting when you see two people like kind of collide, come from completely different backgrounds, and constantly have to kind of like integrate and like have different things. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I like fucking Iron Mouse and Sea Dog it so much is because he does so many things, and then she does so many other things, and they're not even nearly related. Like, she does fucking, like, weird pop concert tape things, and, like, streams for an ungodly amount of time, and is like, really into, like, following the trends that are happening usually within the thing. And he's doing, like, podcasts, and he's doing, like, fucking random long-ass bike ride events and shit, and they're just not even near each other. And then finally, when they get together, they're like polar opposite personalities kind of eventually start to gel, and that's where like fun, silly things happen. Whereas, man, I watch some VTuber stuff where I'm like, you guys are the same person. You guys are the same person is talking. Okay, maybe that's fucked up to say, but yeah, that is a lot of forehead game. But the tats are cool. The pink hair is cool. Okay. It's always furry. It always comes back to, is this an analogy for everyone has a furry animal thing in them? What? So many questions. I did love it. I did think it was fun. That was very cute. So much to unpack here. She's kind of a badass chick wearing tattoos, all that. Demon monster turns into, again, it's a furry. Honestly, guys, brother, the amount of time being in the VR space, you'll be shocked at how many VR content creators basically just...
McFlufferkin said I watch plenty of VTubers and FleshTuber collaborations, so it's become fairly normal, but it's still fun to see the old guard mingle with the new, like the Geekenders stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, the amount of people in VR who are like furries, etc., who spend a ton of money on like a whole ass suit or like not suit, like 3D model of their character, etc. I would assume they fall into a certain like, and this is the prejudice probably, like not true. I'm fucked up, sorry, but this is I think most people's perspective of like when you think of furry, and I think who do you think looks that way? You probably think like, oh, colored hair, more like a free expression type person. But the amount of time they just look like a guy at Costco that you would see just trying to get a deal or some shit is so accurate. Like it's there was like this thing, what do you call it? Fucking Shane Gillis has this fucking joke that he does where he talks about how like there was like a guy who worked for like as a police officer or something like that, or like a soldier or something like that, and he's just like, hey, I'm finally coming clean, guys. I'm into like weird pup play, and he has like this weird fucking leather dog mask on. And then everyone like who was like some sort of weird liberal nonsense was saying like, oh, I can't believe this is in our military, yada yada yada. But then Shane Gillis' joke is basically, that's terrifying. Can you imagine a guy in a fucking dog mask fursuit like barking into a fucking comms being like, we're gonna fucking piss on their graves or some shit. But the whole point was that, to me, just like that police officer who no one would have possibly suspected has like this interest. And I guess it's not like a bad interest, it's just like an interest. An interest that I think people would have a lot of, judgment about. Same thing as like anime back in the day.
McFlufferkin said furries are just Jim Carrey until we put on our virtual masks.
Just normal guys, then you turn into all these kind of things. I will say, I don't understand the lore of her wanting cookies and shit. Also, you wasted a perfectly good donut. That is, she's dead. Well, she does have horns, so maybe that's a hard thunk, though. That's a fucking suplex slam. I'm tempted to watch this one, but no. Oh, also, Mother Mary Lone, jeez Louise. What is this? Far Cry healing animations. Oh, I love it. Oh, maybe not. I love pain, but if it's too severe, you two will get mad at me. It should be fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. What is going on? How did that happen? Oh, I see. He smokes on the side there. What a fucking man. What an absolute beast. Oh, you see it just clunk.
Bolty said adrenaline.
Yeah, adrenaline probably. Use it wisely. You can see he's not moving his arm, like it's starting to wear off. Like, ow. That was the funniest part of the video, where he's like did it and they're all like whoa, and then he kind of just he tries to pick up his bike and he's like, oh my arm, I can't still fucking move my arm, and then he starts to walk.
McFlufferkin said Lemmy just relocate this snapped rib.
Boom. I do love the idea that I think he is in immense pain but is trying not to show it in front of his boys, which see we've all been there where we're like, yeah. You know, oh, dude, it's one of the worst things, but when you see someone just like fully fucking pancake the ground and they just go, they're sitting there and your friend's like, oh boy, oh man, are you gonna be good? I don't know, I'd be so bad in that situation because I'd be laughing my ass off. It'd be crazy. And I'd feel bad about it, but I can't help it. You're out here fucking gasping for dear life. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this? Do we watch all this? I think we did. Yeah, we'll watch all this too. Let's watch the McDonald's one. Did I pause these? Yes, I did. Good. Oh, it's muted. All right, let's get hit with 5 minutes. We might skip past this. My VTuber Corpo fall.
Why do VTuber companies fall? I have to answer this in two parts because the reason why a small startup corpo falls is different from why a big established company would fall. Small companies first. Plenty of scandals to point to. I don't really think those need to be explained in depth. Other YouTube channels have that covered. Instead, let's talk about managers. No one ever seems to talk about how hard it is to recruit and train people to do the behind-the-scenes work at a VTuber company. A good manager needs years of well-developed soft skills to keep their assigned talent from being overwhelmed with busy work. Being overwhelmed leads to burnout and everything that entails. And the best managers should also have a keen entertainer sense. They should...
Pause. I just had a thought. I also think that, like, people do not understand how deceptive and deceiving and easy it is to just remain hidden. So, like, say you're a company like this and you have, like, this one of these big drama fallout things. It's not that difficult to just be like, okay, we're closing we're shutting down our business or our VTuber or whatever, or like our org, and then just like relaunch under a different name within a couple months, which allows you to go get your talent, which allows you to go prep everything, because it takes a lot of time to prep anyway, and if it takes 4 months and you can launch again. So I also wonder if, like, it's always, because there's a question of, like, why do sometimes really bad practices persist within the community that is, like, talent agencies, whether it's, like, the stuff that's very apparent within Japan, with, like, not being able to have all these things, and, like, there's creepo managers and stuff like that, and also with VTubing now is basically that. Why do these bad, like, practices still kind of function and happen? Well, it's because I think it's like there's not really any accountability, really. There's no, like, board of safety, I don't think, that you have to be obligated towards.
said Randon gives some great insights about how VTuber companies work, and that management can be a major reason they succeed or fail.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, well, I think that's, like, the meme, though, right? But, like, that's, I think, it's a person, I don't know. Like, sorry, it is. I just think that, like, I could see how, like, management is such a massive variable, but it's also, I feel bad for the managers, because it's funny, but it's like, it's the exact mantra of, like, a support player within a video game, where, like, a good support player can, like, make everyone shine so much brighter, but if you get a really bad selfish DPS or a real silly tank who's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, and what are you gonna do with that, you know? So, like, I also don't want to throw the talent has a lot of the responsibility, I think, in the thing, you know? But yeah.
Watch a talent's streams and can offer direct feedback on how to improve. Game choice, short form video ideas, collab opportunities. I actually think that my editor Akashi would be a top tier corporate manager, because he does all that and more, and it's hard to find people that can do that. In the Western entertainment industry, talent managers like this get paid $90,000 to $100,000 salaries, at least. I'm guessing that in VTuber corpos, both big and small, talent managers are offered a third of that at best.
Yeah,
what this means is that most, if not all, of these managers are coming in with zero experience. They have to—
Not to mention, this is also going on in a lot of ways within the gaming environment. Oh wow, voice actors be paid crazy. Also, what do you call it? Like weird certain directors and stuff like that are being crazy paid, while so like the guy who spends all the grunt work modeling and shit.
McFlufferkin said he helps demystify it as well. Plenty of clueless fans that will either dogpile the company or a talent when there's a lot of layers and gears turning.
This is an interesting conversation. This like specifically linear thing, because to me, consumers, like, it's not your job to like know how Amazon or Walmart is functioning. Like, you just basically, like, your job is to give people good service. So if you give people good service, then you tend to be fine. If you don't give people good service, you tend not to be fine. So like, I don't know if it's on, like, I feel like if you are fucking up, the answer isn't, well, the company's so
Lone
complex.
Syndicate said
you know?
BRB gonna go shower.
And I know that's probably not what you're saying, but I think that's the angle that like I would give pushback of, like, I don't think it's on your customer to like educate themselves on like your situation or business hierarchy. It's just to give them the best experience or service possible, you know? So I don't know. I mean, it's good, I guess, if you're interested in the space for sure to understand how these things work. But I think you're always going to have that problem because people don't want to know about like the intricacies of your business. All that they care about is the service. This is why like no one really gives a shit about Nike, because ultimately you get a cheap shoe that does the thing that you want it to do. And yeah, like, despite the practices and the way their business works and where they're getting their stuff, well, people keep buying it. Now, is everyone a monster? No, people are just fucking slaves to convenience, which I think is like a big part of that. So as much as I do think it's smart to like educate people on how these things work, I also don't think it's a good obligation that people should have to go and like learn about these things. Nor will it actually, I think, make a difference. But it's cool that if you want to learn about it, you can.
To learn as they go in the most extreme sink or swim environment, and it should be to no surprise that they often end up sinking. A failure to nurture and support talent, which is the manager's job, is the #1 reason why a
Catman
small
11,234 said agreed. As the customer, I just want the content. I don't care about how it comes about. It's why people buy child labor iPhones.
Yes. Yeah, well, I also think, man, like, Twitter has wrecked everybody. Like, and I think there's people who know this. We're like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like a person saying anything, and also, if it does matter, like, there's, like, PewDiePie did it the best way I've ever seen it done ever. Like, if anyone ever has a criticism against you that's actually large and substantial, you'll see it persist for a long time. And the best, apology or, reconciliation is, I take accountability for what I have done because I feel like I have, not because you have. And this is what I'm going to do to make it better.
Clueless fans, I meant the ones that make terrible assumptions regarding a situation or claim to know how it's made possible when they miss the mark.
Yeah, I think it's just like I think you're like again, it makes all the sense in the world. You're basically saying like, hey, like, there's fans that are like misguided, and this is how it actually works. And if you want to be educated on that, this would help you make an educated decision. I just think we live in a world where like there's no such thing anymore. Like, an educated thought doesn't exist. You'll get buried by the sexiest, fucking heaviest, unreasonablest answer possible, you know? So as much as I think it's beautiful to strive for this, I think, like, if you're a corpo or if you're an audience member, I think, well, if you're a corpo, if you're like one of these people who are trying to like put out these fires, I think, man, I haven't really even seen any company really die because of Twitter. I've seen people die because they think Twitter is going to like cannibalize them. But yeah, to round out the one thought I had about like the reason why I think PewDiePie is like the best person who's ever done like the apology thing is because he did the thing that I think everyone should, which is if you generally think you fucked up, take accountability for what you said you fucked up because you perceive you fucked up, not because other people are telling you fucked up. And then the second thing is to actually show or like say, I'm going to do these things because I think it will result in me being less shitty. And like that could be like, I'm going to go take some therapy, I'm going to go do this stuff. Instead of saying I'm sorry a bunch, it means fucking nothing. And also, these people don't give a shit. These people don't give a shit that you're sorry. These people don't give a shit if you're going to change your whole life. They just want to see blood. So the only thing you can do is show the people who already kind of fucking ride with you, show that you're actually a competent person that can actually change and become better. And you can follow your steps that you've determined will make you a better man or a better woman. I think that's the only kind of route to, like, if you did ever find yourself in a position where like maybe you did a brand with someone or you have a talent agency that fucked up, that's the only thing that I think you can actually like have an effect in. We're kind of talking about a lot of things here, but I'm kind of like, I just see this as like one of those things where like if I was put in the position of where like I was running this company or I was a fan of this, just took 40 years to catch on when when I say clueless fans, I mean that. Also, Kat says, so glad Cyberpunk made Corpo a part of a new age slang. Yeah.
VTuber agency fails. The VTuber makes the company, not the other way around. Aside from that, I think that a new VTuber agency fails. The VTuber makes the company, not the other way around. Aside.
Oh,
G-Red said 99% of apologies are just the South Park "I'm sorry" meme pretty much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of the apologies to me, man, irk me because you don't actually like. Is it fucked up? This might be where like I maybe have a fucked up thing, but like I would rather somebody say, I don't think I fucked up. I'm not going to change. If you don't like that, fuck off. If you genuinely don't feel like you've done anything wrong. What I dislike is like someone unauthentically being manipulative, saying like, guys, I hear your feedback. These last couple of weeks I've taken it in and I feel so remorseful now. It's like, no, you don't. Like, if you genuinely think you're wrong, you should be able to completely understand, like, for yourself and express why you made a mistake and also what you want to do to change it. And if you didn't think you fucked up, tell these rat fuckers to go eat shit. Like, it shouldn't be this weird thing where, like, I can just smell the, like, you don't give a fuck and you're just lying to me just to make this go away. Like, I have more respect for someone who just says, like, I don't think I fucked up. You can hate me if you want. I don't think I made a mistake. I'm not going to, like, bend the knee. Like, I'd rather that than someone lie.
11,234 said, this is like when you had the one stream you mentioned where instead of defending yourself, you apologize and moved on.
Which one? This is like the one stream where you mentioned where instead of defending yourself, you apologize. Well, no, to me, this is a little bit different. So, like, I do think there's a moment where, like, you can defend yourself, and you should, like, just for your own self-respect, because sometimes, like, again, yeah, exactly, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. There was a moment where, like, in the past, I had bad habits of, like, I'd rather just say sorry, like, I take on the responsibility of being at fault, and then move on, despite I never felt like I was actually the one that was in the wrong. I never felt like I did anything that was wrong, and then I still had to bear the burden of being like, yeah, I have to be, this is the thing that pisses me off, I have to be the bigger man and, like, take responsibility for what is not my fault, is entirely horseshit. Again, I know people hate when I say stuff like this, but it's because I'm saying it to myself, and I think based on what kind of person you are and where you've started out on life, this could be a good thing to hear or a bad thing to hear. But to me, the one thing that I would always like to tell my, like, younger self or people who were like me when I was younger is it's okay to be selfish. You do not owe anybody fucking anything. We could, tomorrow, if all the power went out in the world and we had no fucking thing, people would turn into fucking animals and eat each other alive. That is the, like, baseline of humanity. It's not lovely. It's not great. Kindness, beauty, care, generosity are all gifts that people can have because of beautiful circumstances or abundance. You owe people nothing. Be selfish, take care of you, fill your goblet, your chalice, and then be a good person because you know you can. Because you filled up your chalice. You know you're a person that can take care of yourself. You know you're okay. And then you can help so many more people without just burning out like a flame that ends up helping people constantly with nothing to gain and taking the fucking low end of the stick constantly.
McFlufferkin said his wording is in the case that most VTuber companies are talent agencies. The talents are the front-facing part of the agency. Without that, they wouldn't succeed in the same way.
Fetus said anybody can get ran over by a bus at any moment.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I agree with the anyone. Yeah, this is also the argument of, like, just you could die at any possible time. But anyways, yeah, my tirade on that, I lost my train of thought. But the point is that I think a lot of people need to be told, like, stop doing stuff for so many people. Like, be selfish. Like, if you're a person who constantly finds yourself in the service of other people, it's beautiful and it's lovely, but it's like the end result is you're like a candle that keeps burning at the wick, and eventually you're gonna have nothing left, and either you're gonna explode, eat everybody around you alive, or you're gonna destroy yourself. Like, you're gonna detonate. Or you're gonna wilt. Like, there's no version of it that doesn't end badly. Like, the only, like, if you're so lucky that you find one other person that is also broken and crazy to always give themselves to other people, then yeah, maybe you can give each other, like, it's like a two supports healing each other perfectly, back to back. Maybe there's a chances of you meeting someone like that is crazy. I'm sorry. Also, it's not a good, like, again, it's not, I think it's just, like, again, there's a person who I used to really enjoy their philosophy on stuff. I kind of fallen out of favor because of certain things that they've said, but I've always liked the idea, especially when it comes to, like, this weird concept, but it's choose try to understand what it's like to be selfish, to be self-serving, to be, selfish. And then after that, after you know you're selfish enough to be able to take care of yourself and to manage your own problems, and then after that, choose to be kind. This is the idea of how it was said, which is train yourself to become deadly and to be a monster, to be a person who can genuinely be selfish and mean and ruthless if they need to, and then choose to be kind.
Catman
that way you can survive.
11,234
Function.
said the song 2, by sleeping at last, encapsulates the feeling of, I'm terrible at being selfish, yet I'm self-aware it's a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, I also think that, like, it is something that is, like, selfishness is just a really strong word that, to me, I remind myself of, like, because, again, the reason why I use the word selfish and not just, like, self-care, which is what people say in a soft way, is because it needs to be, it doesn't feel like self-care. Like, anyone who is truly someone who tries to genuinely care and genuinely tries to, like, build people up and be there for people, it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just doing some self-care with me. No, it doesn't. It feels like you're an asshole. You're choosing you about another person, and other people are so fucking awesome and cool in this world, and you're the dickhead who's choosing to help yourself. What are you, a fucking weak little bitch? Like, that's what it feels like to people who are like that. So for someone to say it's not about self-care, it's genuinely about being selfish. It's genuinely about saying you owe these people nothing, ever. Take care of you. Take care of you first. This is why I always tell you guys, like, if you're going to donate to me or something like that, it's always so much more important that you take care of you 100%. Not because it's selfish to ask someone this as well. Like to me, when I say I'd rather, it's like, when I say selfish, I'm like, it's selfish for me to tell you to be selfish. The reason why is because I want you to have an abundance. Why? So that I can have more. Like, it's an insane thing. Like, the idea, if I had a friend who was constantly giving themselves to people and constantly burning themselves, like, to the ground, I would say, buddy, there's not enough left for selfish old me. Tell all these fuckers, including me, to go fuck themselves for a couple weeks, couple months, until you get yourself fully filled up and fully happy. Then hang out with me, and I'll try to take care of you as well, and I'll try not to ask too much as well. But, like, I'm selfishly asking you to fill up your goblet because I want more of you. And if that means I have to go without a friend for a couple weeks because you have to take care of your shit, good, great. You know, we got onto a tangent on a tangent.
Aside from that, I think that a new VTuber company's success is a race against time to gain traction before the talents lose hope. Even with a decent viewership of a couple hundred live viewers, a small corpo VTuber is probably not making a living wage after the company takes its split. On top of that, being a streamer in general does often feel like a pure gamble on the YouTube or TikTok algorithm. Put the two together, you're not making enough money to eat or pay your internet bill without help from your family, and your only shot at making your current gig work out is through sheer luck. This is my personal opinion. The minimum bar that a VTuber company should offer to a prospective talent is the ability to become a full-time streamer right out the gate. Yeah, if not with a large established fan base, a salary or a stipend. If this is not something that the company can offer, there's very little reason for the VTuber to not just be an indie.
I have a problem where, like, when someone says something, I hyper think about, like, the 7 steps that come after it. So, like, in the perspective of the talent that would experience it or the boss that would experience it. So he just said that. I thought that's a great idea. Like, take care of your viewers. Say, like, hey, when we hire you on, we just want you to persist and, like, try to make things work and all that stuff. Like, just be a full-time content creator. The issue with that, I think, is that, like, if you put yourself in the content creator's shoes without, like, addressing one of their worries, you're going to have a content creator that is beyond stressed, probably in a state of paralysis because the fact that they're like, nothing's working. Like a week goes by, less viewers. They don't know what to do. They're trying stuff. They're, like, in a state of, no one creates the best work in a state of, like, agitation and terror. Usually people do create good work when they're rage and they, like, have to prove people wrong. That works, but not, like, this feeling of, like, second guessing themselves and, like, terrified that, like, the roof's going to come out from under them, all that stuff. So I think to add on to that would solve, like, the other problem that shows itself is if you did say, we'll hire you on as a full-time talent if you're going to be working for us, which should be the kind of best way, like, baseline, because you're investing.
11,234 said, do you know from experience?
Let me see. Tangent for life. Do I know from experience? What do you mean, a cat? From the like, if a person's brought on from town. I wouldn't say that. To me, especially maybe just because I'm in this, like, whole entrepreneurial shtick to me. But, like, I think people make, and especially, like, whenever I have succeeded on on YouTube or whatever, and in any way like that, I kind of know. I've done things that I know would kind of, like, if I look back at my history, I know the things that ended up working out in that way. The part of you being stressed out creating, no, that's the thing that, like, I've never felt like. This is something that I heard someone say recently, Kat, which I thought was weird, but it kind of resonated with me, which is like when you feel burnt out or when you feel like creatively depleted and stuff like that, it's usually a problem with like your incentives or your like what you're getting out of it. So like one of the reasons is like, why do we play games for hours and hours on end? It's because they're manufactured to perfectly align ourselves with like the incentive structure to always feel like we're doing something. So like this is something that I also have thought about with me, which is a weird thing that I've developed. But like it dawned on me a couple of days ago when I was talking to people about like me doing entrepreneur stuff. And it was something that basically people were saying, like, you have a weird capacity to just do things. So, like, for me, I never really considered it. But, like, when I was a kid, I wanted to make this video, this idea, this, like, guide, this whatever, so badly that I would just stop what I was doing and figure out how to make it work. And it was overwhelming and it was annoying and I didn't know how to do it. But I had this idea in my head that it overpowered my fear of learning or fear of overwhelming amount of knowledge to have to take in, that I would just do it. I would just slowly keep showing up and do it, and eventually you learn this thing. And that developed in a skill set for me where, like, I think not a lot of people have a lot of things they want to do, but they don't ever do them. And for me, I have, like, that completely switched off, where I'll just go out and immediately start seeking it out and figure out how to do it, even if the thing is quite lofty, so on and so forth. So I forget what this is like tangentially related to, but what was Kat saying? So the creation thing. So for me, I've never had that issue because there's always been something I've wanted to do, like something I've wanted to make. So, like if I go 3 days or 4 days or 5 days without making something, I can feel it in my heart. Like I want to make something for somebody, be in service for somebody, essentially. The issue I have is the level of quality that it needs to be in order for it to be good enough to actually be worth somebody's time. And this is what I kind of wanted to push back. Not push back. He says, like, the talent agency thing is like a toss-up. It sometimes feels like luck. If I look back at all of my YouTube stuff, man, it's crazy. But like this book I read, it basically summarizes what essentially determines something that is valuable. Every business, every idea, every YouTube thing, everything can also all be condensed into this simple formula of what they would call a value equation. And it's basically, are you able to, and it's kind of a lot, but basically it's a checklist of if they have all of these 4 things and you can do all of these things, 4 things satisfactorily, or improve any of them in some sort of way, then you basically have something that is perceived as 4x valuable, 2x valuable, 1x valuable to that person. And the equation is dream outcome. So are you able to convey a specific kind of like outcome that people want? In this case, for me, one of the most successful things I ever had on this channel was Let It Die. Am I able to tell people how to climb the Tower of Barbs, tell them how to stop dying, which they keep dying over and over again, and it's painful for them, etc. Am I able to create like a dream outcome for them? The second thing was basically it's perceived likelihood of achievement is what's called. So like, can I convince you that the guide or that the hangout that you're experiencing is going to be a good enough time that you're warrants staying around or watching the entire video or whatever, or believing that the thing that you're about to pay money for, that, or even with your time, is actually worth it. And it will actually work out. And then the bottom half are things that you want to reduce. So this is time delay. So this could be someone who like consistently uploads video every day, so you always have a consistent, fun content creator to upload, which I did with Let It Die daily, etc. This also could just be like, you know, the fact that if a new game comes out, you immediately have guides about it, that kind of thing. A new food restaurant comes out and you love pizza. There's a video content creator that makes pizza or does reviews. You know he's going to have that day one as soon as it's released every day. And then the second or the fourth tier is effort and sacrifice. Can I lessen the amount of pain and struggle you have to go through in order to succeed? Think about Let It Die. The whole game is literally pain and suffering. How can, by watching this guide, will I have less pain and suffering? Yes. So that's a 4x of like how valuable that is to another person. Now, it gets fun and interesting when you start thinking about it in terms of VTubing and things of like entertainment value. So when I think about things like when I think about that, like guides, it makes sense clearly, like I'm offering you a product or a service or a thing that's going to help you get through this thing or overcome this bad experience or this pain that you're feeling. When it comes to entertainment, and like people who are just very wonderful, bubbly personalities. I think a lot of people would perceive themselves as, well, no, I just really like this content creator. They're really like bright. Like I know a lot of VTubers who are just fun and silly and yeah. But I think the ones that really are successful are aware of the entire scaling thing. Like, hey, there's this new VR game that people are, or this new game that people are playing. I'm going to make my point to play that so that we can kind of benefit from people seeing that. I'm going to make it so that people, it's super easy to watch me because I'm going to be live at like 3 times a day so that it's easy to get one of my streams. Or I'm going to stream for 8 hours straight.
Lone Syndicate said, I am back. Didn't think we still be on this topic.
Yeah, well, you missed a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Especially when there are so many good free models available on boot. Kind of amazing ones too. Okay, big corporate.
Yeah, but I feel like the boot models always make me feel like I'm not gonna be have a unique model, you know. And I don't think anyone wants to start a VTuber thing because just being like any Joe Schmo. And I think that's also disauthentic. Like if somebody just like, I just want a VTuber model, just give me anything and I'll run it. That feels like a person who's like, what is it called, a scab or some shit? Not a person who's actually in the community.
Small corpos applies to the big ones too, but there are challenges that the largest companies face that the small ones do not. So I'm just gonna focus on that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a single large VTuber company that's gone out of business yet. I suppose whoever was managing Kizuna Eye counts, but if I recall, her IP was sold and shuffled around to multiple sketchy companies over a 3-year period. So that situation probably doesn't count as a large VTuber company as we understand it today. Because there's no real concrete examples, we're gonna do some theory crafting. Let's jump in, huh? I could think of 2 ways that a big corpo would fall. I'll start with the boring way first. Big, successful businesses making tons of money can still go bankrupt. If you're spending more money than you make, it's not sustainable, and it will end at some point if nothing changes. It happens all the time. The VTuber company could have a lot of full-time...
You guys want to know some weird shit as well? I think...
G-Red said, I honestly tend to avoid watching some things streamers do simply because it's popular.
Yep.
Especially the streamer bait type of games.
Yeah, depends, I guess, for me. If there's a game...
Lone Syndicate said there are a lot of VTuber with pre-made models mainly because they are a lot cheaper and very customizable.
Yeah, and I guess to be fair to them, they could probably be like saying, well, like, no, this is kind of like a means to an end. Like, yeah, I'm just buying this model because it kind of gets my foot in the door. I love VTube. I know I've been in this community for a long time, and hopefully, if I'm good at this and I can provide value, and like be someone who wants to do I don't know why. Sorry, this thing came back and just blew up in my head. But like, maybe it's because I've been on YouTube for so long, but I really have like a repellent feeling towards this idea that like you're creating content because you're just trying to have fun, or you're just being silly, or if you're just, just doing this for whatever. That term of like, I want to create value for someone, I want to be there for someone, I want to like create an atmosphere that is so engaging, that is silly, that is fun, that is something where we can all get behind. Essentially, if you're a streamer, you're kind of a hostess in a lot of ways, like a hostess who does like hosts parties. And so that's kind of basically what you're doing. Anyways, it just blew up in my head where like, I know a lot of VTubers who are like, not VTubers, I know people have that same mantra of like, I'm just a cute kooky person, and that's great, but like the people who I always fucking like ride for are people who I know are working their ass off to genuinely provide not just my glowing personality. Instead, they're like, nah, I want to create a good time. That's hard. That means you got to provide a lot of value and shit like that. But back to what Red was saying about the whole like when streamers do weird shit and then like they show weird like they play a game that to me they don't have no interest in. I guess that's to me the ticket. Where like if I get a whiff of like you don't give a fuck about the game you're playing, then it's unfortunate. But a lot of times when streamer games are fun, it's usually because they kind of like amplify that same like atmospheric feeling of like, hey, like I think of the game that just exploded a couple weeks ago that I thought was like authentic, which was like a bunch of people playing these little pill bottle looking ass things. It's like a horror game. You're trying to get money and then you're selling it. It's kind of like the Among Us era or the Lethal Company era too. Those games I think are just really easy to enjoy. But then there's like weird games where like TF2 or TFT or whatever, some like games like that, or like Dota, or like these card games. Like there's all these like baked in things that feel weird, And I don't know. I feel like so long as the person's open and really enjoying it, then it can work. Like we played that Hollow Live, and I genuinely had a great time with it. I genuinely tried to enjoy it, but I also played it because people told me that like there was a bunch of cool community people in there. Like it's a really strong community where people like it and play it. And I thought that would be fun to like jump into and experience all these different personalities, you know?
Time staff on payroll. They could
but sorry, he basically mentioned, last thought about this, we'll probably skip ahead to the, we'll just finish this at this point. But what do you call it? The last thought is they said that like most businesses have a problem with spending too much. And it's not that that's wrong, but in my approximation, I think it's that they don't provide enough value, which is an easy answer to say, but subsequently they also don't charge enough. So what I mean by that is if you were to basically take any of these companies that are hemorrhaging money and you took all of the VTuber talent and you said, okay, what if we cut down, because you're probably spending way too much time doing too many things. Usually that's what happens. Like you're not just spending money. You have too many, like you're voice acting in this thing and that costs money, but they're also over here streaming and there's also acting in this like press conference, this handshaking thing, and it all adds up. But to me, I think also you're not like, so if you were to limit your customer base to like a handful, especially when you think about like high talent of people who really want to spend time with these people and like connect with them and get pictures and memorabilia and stuff like that. If you were to limit the amount of people you did and charge more for that experience, then you would have less, like the talent at least. It's not the best for the content creator, the person who's the customer, I guess, because you may have to pay more. But it makes the talent agency significantly less strained because they don't have to do 10,000 things, because the one thing or one or two things they're doing make plenty of enough money. And if that gets good enough, or whatever that thing is that you're offering gets better and better and better, then it's so valuable that people are willing to spend the money for it. And then you have a bunch of people, and then you do the same thing, unfortunately, that you just did. You raise the price, you limit the audience, and then you keep making it as good as possible to where it actually just you keep repeating this process until you have something that is just an insanely good value for whatever the thing is, whether it's like, and some of these companies are really good at it. Like if you ever, like there's the weird VidCon shit where like someone's like, you can shake this VTuber's hand for 2 seconds and leave. And then there's another thing where a person will like genuinely try to be like, okay, this content creator is not going to not only meet you, but he's going to spend an hour with you. He's going to teach you how to be like what he did with YouTube. He's also going to help you with anything that you want on it. He'll also give you, he'll email you like for a week straight, only a couple times. He's busy. Like that's significantly more valuable than I'll show up and shake your hand. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by like increasing the value, not just like offering the one individual thing. But it like to me, you have the handshake thing, which is like $10 worth it. But if you can access to one of the most popular YouTubers or like successful YouTubers, and not only do you get to meet them, see what they're all about, also then they're going to try to help you and possibly understanding this if that's something you're interested in, and then support you for like also a week straight of like kind of trying to answer all the other questions you have. That's way more valuable than the $10 handshake. Does that make sense? That's kind of what I mean. They're like that's why like when he brings up that they're like spending too much money, I also think they're just bad at managing, creating better value for their audience or customers.
Their money into expensive projects, stuff like that. Listen, it's good to invest money back into the company, to work on new projects that could pay off big. But in the meanwhile, bills still have to get paid. That gap means that a big corpo needs to push increasingly creative or invasive ways to increase revenue. Going down this path also means that only streaming is no longer an option. The company has gambled its future on the development of a new product.
Lone Syndicate said, sent a work of in progress of my latest my work.
Ooh!
Profitable or
we'll check it out,
even more profitable than their VTubers. What's the other more dramatic way a big VTuber company can fall starts with a question. What or where do you think the value of a VTuber company lies? They don't really own anything, right? They don't really produce a product in-house, at least.
Like they're marketing their talent agent.
Outsource their merch projects. It's the brand, right? But what the heck is a brand anyway? The brand of a VTuber company is, in my opinion, the amount of trust that its fan base puts in whatever the company is cooking up.
I'd say a better way to do that, because trust is a weird subject line that, again, we've already established, like Nike and all these things. Like, I think it's more of like value. Maybe I'm just the asshole here, but probably. But I think it's like the value that you can create with another person. I mean, value is much more easier to equate than trust, you know?
Think about that for a moment. You're probably watching this video because you're a fan of some big VTuber company. You guys are what we're talking about when we're discussing a corpo's brand. You are what makes your favorite corpo valuable. So what makes a big VTuber company fall? Simple. Ask yourself, what could my favorite VTuber company do to lose my trust and support? The thing that you thought of just now is one part of the answer to that big question. I have to tell you, I do not envy being the shot caller for these big VTuber companies. After a certain point, the fan base is so big that no matter what decision you make, someone is going to get pissed off and leave. In this situation, if the company makes a move that loses it 1 million fans, that move better have at least made it 1 million new fans. If it didn't...
I don't know if that's... Again, his perspective is really great because he's looking at it from a perspective of like what causes things to explode. I think as a business or as a thing, you can't look at it that way. And also, I think it's also it's not. I don't think it's true. I don't think you would like lose 1 million fans. I think you'd probably have like a degradation rate, and then you also have a like controversy rate. But I think those people would already leave. I think you'd be much better about constantly building systems that manufacture pulling people in and like that's why collabs. Like if you look at any company that does really well in VTuber space, it's not that shocking that the 5 things that they do. They do like a shit ton of collabs with other content creators, so they're constantly churning out other people. So they're more focused on like getting the fans in the door, new people constantly in, and then they have like certain things where they also have like usually an event that makes the YouTuber excite, like builds them back up. So like everyone has degradation, which happens over time just because people get bored of a person experiencing them a lot, and then you have to pick them back up. So they have like whether it's a collab, whether it's a music video, whether it's whatever, maybe it's like them playing the new hot game or something like that. Because I think that's where if I were to like associate where a lot of these companies go wrong, at least my like non-informed opinion, is when they start branching out and doing things that don't actually generate, they're not what the audience actually values. So like the reason why you like merch is because you make money selling merch. What kind of merch would the audience genuinely like to sell or would like to buy, and for what price? And is there any way that you can make that better for them? Maybe it's like this something that GamerSubs does with FOMO of like a cup that goes away every couple weeks, etc. Maybe your audience doesn't give a shit about a sweater but would love the fuck out of a plushie. Like I don't think companies do that. I think they just say like, we're just gonna print shirts and make a bunch of money and we can manufacture all that for all of our talent agency across the board. Meanwhile, no one in the fucking audience really gives a shit about fucking shirts. Man, they stay at home all day. they watch a VTuber, they have a good time. You know what they do want? A fucking shaker cup that holds a lot of their fucking ADHD-driven caffeine fuel, you know, or a tasty drink. That's what they would infinitely more value than a fucking shirt that it's gonna be a fucking shirt that they stick in. I have content creator shirts, man. They stay there. They're fucking there forever. They're rough because they don't feel great. They're not great quality because you have to make a premium on the fucking shirt sale. And yeah, it's just a bad, I hate the merch thing sometimes. I love the merch while subsequently hating the concept of merch. Anyways, or at least I hate the idea of misassociated value. So like you think something's what people want, not at all what they want. Anyways, great video. That was fun. I think I completely lost the sauce. He was talking about one thing. I talked about 18 things that were not related because my brain's a fucking firework machine. Let's check out Lone's art. And yes, but thank you for uploading all those funny little things, guys, for me to react to. I enjoyed all of them. Where is Lone's? Is it in the art tab? Lone, is it? Okay, we can't show that a little bit. Let's open up this quickly. Lone. Oh, but is this?
Raidnade said Grin shake a cup when.
I don't know, man. I feel like I burned the bridge a little bit because I was really pissed off that one of my shaker cups started to deteriorate. I know, probably not. But at the same time, I'm also like, what the fuck is that about, you know? Anyways, I feel like I also could just do that. Like, knowing what I know about, like, some of the stuff, I don't think it's that hard to, like, actually put a fucking image on a cup and, like, sell it. You have to get the stock. I wouldn't be able to sell a lot, but we would need a lot. Anyways, I don't think it'd be impossible to actually just do that. Anyway, but this is Lone's, I thought we were going to see the face Lone, but Lone's basically making Lone's learning rigging and all that stuff about VTuber models and also the artification of it, making the 3D aspect of it and all the little subsections that I think move along with it. I know a lot about making the whole VTuber models, but this is his style. So Lone is going with the
Lone Syndicate said this ISNT the VTuber model.
Oh, this isn't the VTuber model. Oh, it's not? Is it just a character you're working on? What did you say? My latest work in progress for my art. Oh, I see. This is just that. I'm about to say, is she a goth vibe? Because these look like bones, skeleton fingers. Also, this is a non-existent panty. What is it? Where is the? This is the strap. Where this strap's going here? What is this bit? Oh, this bit's the. Is she like? Is this just a fashiony thing? Okay. I was wondering if she was if this was like a what do you call it? Like a straitjacket threads and stuff like that. Anyways, very cool, Lone. Is she doing this or is she? It's probably titties out. I bet that's the one. Very cool, Lone. What is this? But hard dim titties.
G-Red said clothes in general is a bitch nowadays. At least for me. Shit is not made the same today compared to back in high school.
Bro,
especially sizes. 4XL today is really a 2XL compared to back then.
Yeah, man. Amen.
BS.
Amen. I also think that, like, for me, I don't know what it is. I have weird, like, I don't know if it's like sensitivity, but like I don't like shit on my body. Like I think it's also that I'm like by nature I'm a greasy person, which is gross, but also kind of has a benefit of like me not having wrinkles when I should probably have a ton of wrinkles at this point. But what do you call it? I find like certain like shirts, like cotton shirts, scratch the fuck out of me. Like I don't know why, but I really vibe with polyester type of clothing. Like I know some people say like that sticks to me. I'm like I don't have it stick to me at all. Maybe it's because I'm greasy and it just slips all over me. I don't know, but I find that to be a problem where it gets like itchy a little bit, and I hate it, especially when I get a little sweaty or like it makes me want to rip off the whole fucking shirt. I hate it. In fact, there's this one shirt, dude. I think I brought this up before, and everyone always tries to help. It's one of those things where, like, you mention a problem, and everyone's like, I have a solution. And I'm like, I promise it's not that
Lone
easy.
Syndicate said, remember that Nikkei I sent to the React tab last stream. This is her, and in the drawing, she's going to be tied up since her whole thing is being a masochist.
Oh, I gotcha. So she is bound. Is she a goth lady? I don't remember what the previous Nikkei looked like. But, yes, I have this one shirt that I adore to bits, and it's like this cottony, lovely type of thing. But it must be like, but it feels rough. I can't describe it, but it feels really rough, and it's like sandpapery. I want to say it's like, it says it's 100% cotton, but it can't be because it's I wonder if it's like the dye that they use that made it rough or something like that. But to me, it's my favorite shirt ever, and it's like the weirdest texture ever. Me too. Texture clothing can be irritating. Yeah. Lone is consistently started to play. Wait, considering. Oh, you're thinking about playing, what do you call it, Nikkei, Cap? Get after it. Lone says nothing but good things. Case of these characters called Breddy? Okay. Oh, because of a character called Breddy. Okay. I'm very hairy, so any sort of tight pants irritate the hell out of me. Yeah, man. I also got some hairy-ass legs. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got, like, Native American and Portuguese. Native American people are fucking hairless, and Portuguese people are hairy as shit. So my lower half, my thighs, knees, legs, all that shit, hairy AF. Upper body, nothing. Nothing. Thank God I got the beard coming in. It is rough.
G-Red said I've been wearing the same clothes since high school as a result. This shit still fits me perfectly. I plan to keep it that way.
Ooh, hopefully they don't degrade, man. A lot of my shirts from high school are like degrade. I'm not sure if it's just that I got moths up in here. They fucking eat my clothes. I don't know what it is. Moths eat the shit out of my underwear specifically, little perverts. I don't know what that is about it, but man, I also don't think it's chafed legs. I know sometimes you're chafing your thighs just constantly, that you just fucking like sandpaper, like burn holes through your shit. But I don't think that's mine. I think it's just these damn moths eating the specific. It's only some underwear though, so it must be like that. There's some quality of cotton that they're like, that's my shit. Fucking moths. I don't know if I hate an animal. I don't know why moths. They're just fast.
Raid Nate said,
no reason to hate
I can't wear jeans. I pretty much have to wear shorts or sweatpants.
Yeah, man, I wear like, I fucking, all my clothes are from like Old Navy. I don't know what you want from me. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or bad thing, but these are my pants. And they're basically like this weird, like, not pant. They're like paper thin or whatever, but yeah. I only wear jeans to the raid. Yeah, to the raid. Well, you can get jeans that are now like not jeans. They look like jeans, but they're like stretchy.
Gnawing Fetus said mods like cotton, not so much polyester.
Oh, I see.
Lone Syndicate said maybe this weekend send what I have of my model. So far, currently the head alone is composed of 52 layers.
Damn! That's probably why it's so damn expensive. It's not just like because it's like, yeah, probably it's like really layered work. Also probably why it takes so long to make. It makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I will try to troubleshoot the fucking horribleness of the game not working. Hopefully I can get it working. From some of my tech-savvy people in the community, possibly expect a DM, but hopefully Google will save me. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the Xbox app. I don't think it's gonna take that long. Also, hopefully we'll play the shit out of the game tomorrow. I don't know. I was really hoping to do it today because I have an open day where we could have played till like 7 or some shit. But, yep. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I can see you tomorrow and we'll finally rip and tear until it is done.
Gnawing Fetus said rip and tear.
Oh.
G-Red said we can save my doll's nest video for Saturday.
Yeah, we'll get to, again, this is like, anyone who gives me gameplay, we'll get to it whenever we have like a moment of rambling. Like right now when we were just looking at the still image of our Discord, I probably could have just threw up the gameplay and it wouldn't have been an issue. But yes. I don't know when.
Lone Syndicate said, wonderful stream anyway, Grin.
Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Also, this is kind of nice, but probably I should have done this in general, where I just was like, hey, let's just have a hangout stream. It always feels good to like talk to you guys after we haven't seen each other for a little bit, a couple days. So yes, a little bit, a couple days. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Oh, troubleshooting I go.
Raid Nate said, great stream, Grin. See you tomorrow.